Hello, everybody, and welcome to Casual Cactus and the Glassbreakers Guild. I am out of focus again.
Focus.
Don't think that helped. We are here to play D&D, and you are here to watch us play D&D, because apparently this is a lot of fun for you guys to watch.
Or you're in the wrong place.
Either that or you're in the wrong place.
Or we're getting away with calling D&D.
Anyway, welcome once again, guys. Thank you so much for being here with us. We are, as always, here for your entertainment and our enjoyment. Few announcements, as always, before we get started. We do have our YouTube channel where all of our back episodes get uploaded. You can go there, check them out. If you are coming into the campaign a little bit late, you can go get caught up. You can also get a chance to see kind of how we play, because you can go and watch all of our old campaigns as well. We've got a couple of campaigns up there. My previous campaign, which was our run through the Tomb of Annihilation, and Danny's fill-in campaign through her own custom content. Had a lot of fun with both of those. In addition to the YouTube channel, we also run our Discord server. That's a good place to go to keep tabs on all of the news and events surrounding this campaign, as well as Kyrie's creative streaming and Danny's creative streaming. In addition to that, we've also got a section on there that we call the Hags Master. It's a place where you can go bring your role-playing characters in and interact with some of ours. System doesn't matter. All that matters is that we're having a good time. So go check both of those out. One final little note: we have been given graciously permission from Handpans.
Yes, Panstream.
Panstream.
Panstream.uk is their website, and I will throw that up in the chat here in just a minute.
Yeah, so
You need to give them their own buttons so you can just
I'm gonna have to do that. But they've graciously allowed Stephen to use sounds/music that they have made for his spell casting when it comes up. And since you've been given that, I don't think it's actually come up. Nope, has it? So maybe this go round, maybe this session, we'll see.
Well,
Keith,
they've
there's
got
real
free advertising so far, right?
Right, exactly.
It's a really easy way to have that happen.
All right, so at this point, I think that is all the announcements I have. Who would like to do a recap? Kyrie is going to go ahead and do the recap. Go for it, Kyrie.
Okay.
I'll make a volunteer.
Let's see. I'm pretty sure I took notes. Let's see. Where did we start?
Just
We're
getting
here.
back.
Actually, okay.
Right, we faked a crime.
Yes, the group very successfully stages the crime scene.
Oh, right.
I think I've got that. Obviously to leave for the Imperial guards to check out instead of giving away the other location of which is probably something that we don't want the Imperial guards to know about.
The door. I mean, at this point, I don't want them to know about anything.
Well, they won't, obviously not, but they have to. There has to be something. And so that, we leave, that's where we left the strong boxes. Anyway, we successfully, it's a really good crime scene. Looks like we fought and things. Alright, we make it back to town. Alma asks everyone, to plan a meeting for tomorrow night. We gotta, for the next night, so, because we're all tired and we want to sleep.
Good guys.
We're the good guys.
Mizuki, let's see,
We're the
Mizuki gets back to
protagonists.
the end, where she pens a letter to her family. And then Mizuki and Killian they, in the morning, bright and early, very early, Killian stops by, and they go to Madame Lenhart's office to bring back the taxes.
I forgot you guys got there like 5 in the
Yeah,
morning.
no, it was very early.
Before anybody else showed
Before
up.
anyone else was there.
Before
The door was locked. Killian picks the lock, and we just sit in her office and wait.
Sounds about right. That meeting.
Simi, let's see, yeah. Simi goes back, as well as Amma. They go back to their house, or Milo, I should say, rather.
Yeah, I stalk you and make you fear for your life.
Yes, but Simi's mother comes in telling Simi that her birthday was last week and she wants to have a dinner to celebrate it. Yeah.
Forgot that happened last time.
Yeah.
I kind of did too. I mean, it's written in my notes, so I got in there eventually, but kind of forgot about that part.
Yeah,
There's a
so
lot of other
they
stuff going on.
have a little discussion about that. Back to Killian and Mizuki. Madame Lenhart comes in. Obviously, she's quite surprised that we're just sitting in her office. We tell her that it was, I think we tell the receptionist that came in that the door was unlocked, and I believe Killian rolled a good enough deception that they believe, but he wished that they were sure that they locked the door last night. They were quite sure about that. Mizuki suggests, just these things happen.
Yes.
So they discuss, obviously they give back the taxes, after, she ends up paying 700 gold pieces to us. And, just as we're wrapping up, the Imperial garrison is going by, with their commander. So we, Madame Lenhart, she, sort of stops them and, tells the commander about, the return of the taxes. We, Killian and Mizuki offer the, credit of finding the taxes to, the Imperial garrison, and, explain that we weren't able to bring anyone back because we killed some people.
Yep.
And
It's a problem.
yeah, anyway, so we come to an agreement or some sort of something.
Yep.
But Mizuki doesn't notice, but Killian does. Slung over one of the horses in the garrison is a lady with a dress that is definitely Killian's grandma. So he kind of just
Loses it.
Panics.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
kind of panics. He
Significant
runs
panic.
off. So he meets with his grandpa to talk, to tell finally, he admits to his grandpa that he can do magic, that his grandma has taught him magic, and now it seems likely that his grandma is being imprisoned for some sort of, that's our best guess at this point. After meeting with his grandpa, he goes back, grabs Mizuki, just asks her to find anyone who might have any pull with the Imperial garrison, and the adventurers, and then converge at Killian's warehouse. So, let's see, Killian also I think, who does he, I don't remember who he went
Everyone.
He went on everyone, basically, and is like, let's see how many people, let's see how many people we can get,
May have panicked a little.
yeah.
A little?
Or a lot, I mean, either one.
In comparison to some other things.
That haven't happened yet.
So Mizuki finds the adventurer. She also goes to the blacksmith and gets Draxus and his workers as well, because she's sure that they would be happy to help Killian, etc. And then so once everyone's gathered at the warehouse, we have a lot of discussions about things.
There's much planning.
There's much planning. There's potentially jailbreak planning, but we're trying to be reasonable about it.
We also found out that Draxus may or may not have a crush on Killian's grandmother.
Yeah, we did find that out. Yes.
Is that in your notes?
It is in my notes.
I forgot that.
Nice to know what you think is important.
Killian's grandpa had gone up toward the garrison to try to figure out what was happening. And then Milo and Cabbage went to go scope out what was happening. When they found out
What happened last week?
Lucia,
5 pages of notes.
Lucia it was a lot. She had been bound to a tent pole in the command tent. So they communicate a little.
Yeah, as much as one can.
Yeah.
Without getting into worse trouble.
Yes. As much as one can. Anyway, with Milo's little pseudo dragon, I guess. Yeah.
Small dragon.
So, at the warehouse, we eventually decided that it would probably be best to try to play it off, convince the Imperial Guard, that Killian's grandma is an Imperial asset, because of her magic. That's one possible
We're gonna find out what angle
Yeah.
Alma decides to go with.
We should be scared. Elma is the wild card.
Right. Yeah, he is.
I'm
With
the
his
two-faced
11
Jack.
AC.
Woohoo!
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
That's why you're with him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so after that,
You're gonna be the moral compass.
We should all be
sometime
terrified.
after Simi leaves to go back to the Order, and also Alma. He
This is more
does
like
a
a dust
disguise. Alma's been working on a disguise for Akrai? Yeah. Who's also of the Order, who's like Simi's something.
Something.
That's right. He's your something.
She seems to know
that's
him
about it.
intimately.
Yes. Anyway, while they leave, the Imperial Guards, or some of the Imperial Guards, stop at Killian's warehouse, asking for Killian. He goes with them. Mizuki's just about ready to throw arms, but take out some guards. It was only like 3 of them. But anyway, Killian goes and he grabs a bag of some things. I'm not sure what things.
A bag of terrible ideas.
Probably a bag of terrible
I've been
ideas.
called that.
A bag of
Antifungal cream.
Oh, I forgot about the antifungal cream. Oh dear.
Yeah, anyway. So they go. Killian goes with them. He, like, on the way, he tells the guards that he has to stop to relieve himself, and does some antifungal cream.
What have I done?
What have you done?
What?
I don't know.
Just
Yeah.
reload the page.
Oh,
We're on Chipper Snacks.
She also accidentally banned Chipper Snacks.
Did you ban her?
No.
What?
That's
You're
what it
hosting
says.
Chipper.
We are
Am I hosting Chipper?
We're offline.
Which is fun because we banned her too.
Casual Cactus banned Chipper Snacks. Casual Cactus removed ban on Chipper Snacks.
I've got something up on my side that is not supposed to be there. I'm so sorry, Chipper.
I mean, she might not hear us if she got banned.
No, she's unbanned now.
Yeah.
Now.
Okay, there we go.
You're just banned from chat.
Oh.
You can still watch
What
the
button?
stream.
I don't know.
Are you
Nuke chat
Touching things.
He has one button that he set up at the beginning of the stream just in case he had to nuke Chipper ever. And it just sits there waiting to be used.
I'm so sorry.
Guys, this is like the brain button from last
I'm
stream.
so sorry.
They're like, oh, let's shut everything down button.
There's actually right here glowing red that I can just turn. I can turn this little puppy off right here, right now.
Again.
It's not on your family, it's not on your
Are we back online now?
cow! I'm not sure that we were ever offline. I don't know.
Just-
Are we on?
Yeah, we're still up.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah, it's weird what we're seeing on our side. So.
Yes, it doesn't look
Yeah, why
promising
are we
in our
seeing-
direction.
Say start watching.
Can you
What we're seeing. That's because you can't see what we're seeing because it's on this
see
side.
us?
We are still live,
We
however.
are still
Okay.
live. We're still
Okay, so that's
broadcasting.
And we're picking up of several people converging. So.
Okay, anyway.
Excuse me, I has to fix.
Killian goes.
Because I was
just supposed to do yeah. He,
Can you read what Chipper said?
he tells the guards.
Aww.
He tells the guards.
Don't ruin Thanksgiving, that's my holiday.
He tells the
so
guards.
beautifully.
Anyway,
Sorry.
he tells the guards that he has some sort of
Crop fungus.
Yeah,
Which we need to bring that back up again.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Every time.
absolutely.
Gee,
It's
every
very
time from here on out.
to the recap, okay?
Well,
So
teach me
he
to push
can-
buttons.
So he can do something without the guard seeing, yeah. And I believe he makes, what do you end up making?
I made something to help me resist interrogation.
Okay,
Right.
yes, just
Weed.
in case. Weed. Probably.
Okay.
Resisting
And I think we were picking up with several people converging.
Simi, anyway, Simi and Alma, disguised as Akrai, go back to the order. Simi gets super embarrassed about it.
My favorite NPCs is invented.
They talk to the order mother.
Keith is the Order Mother is the best
Yes,
character to come out of this
yes,
so far.
yes.
Oh my gosh, I was rewatching that today. I almost died.
She talks a lot.
Yes.
That's what I have in my notes. She talks a lot. She goes on and on and on and
And on.
and on
And on.
and on. Let's see. Killian finally gets to the garrison. His grandpa's there, obviously. The guards, or the commander questions him, but he plays it off as in he knew nothing about.
And we still don't have a super word for when all hell breaks loose.
Safe
He
word.
knew nothing about his grandmother
Jenga.
having magic or anything. They believe him. They let him and his grandpa go. Out of camp. And
I think that was it.
I think that's.
Those were some very detailed notes. I am
Yes.
impressed.
Yes.
Man, a lot happened.
I mean, that wasn't.
Packed a lot into.
I have like I have like 2 pages of notes, so
Wow. Okay.
yeah.
Well,
Sometimes I do okay.
so there are various and sundry groups of you dispersed around town, doing things to get ready for whatever comes next.
Yes. Oh, and also Mizuki manages to turn Roger back on.
Oh,
Barely.
you turned Roger on. Got it.
Or
Yeah.
like reassemble his
No, you turned him on.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
But also reassemble his legs.
so,
Two things can be true
Alma?
at once.
Yes, they can.
so Alma and Simi were coming back from Alma's hiding spot.
I don't know, we
No,
were
they're
going to
They just walked past us up to the
Yes,
the
yeah.
ramp.
So,
Yeah,
so
it's
you
getting
guys were just
there.
walking to the camp,
10 minutes behind these two.
okay? And Killian, you and your granddad
Have just been escorted.
have
off
just
the-
been escorted
We,
off the
we are
premises.
standing just outside the entrance.
Okay. And was Mizuki with you?
No.
So what
No,
happened?
I was still in the warehouse. I was following about 5 or 10 minutes behind.
Yeah, so
So,
With
we're 10
having-
minutes behind them. Mizuki's 10 minutes behind us.
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
we're
Yes.
sneaking around.
Yes, I
Oh,
think
right.
she's
So-
why not.
Is our
So
plan
I
to
figured
sneak?
I would let them go
That's what we
first
were
so they
doing.
could be
Us,
sneaky.
are we gonna
Okay.
do that again?
Yes.
I think we should stay hidden.
Alright then.
Hi, poser.
for the videos.
Alright, so we'll do.
I would show you my biddies, but
We don't want to
Terms
get
of
banned.
service.
But then we would get banned.
TOS.
TOS.
We'll just get you some little pasties for the top of your nipples and then you'd be fine. I mean, there are still body
That's-
painters who stream, we're good.
Yeah.
That's true. You're just not allowed to show your biddy's nipples.
Mhm.
Okay.
You can make whatever you want to out of that. I'm gonna stop talking now because it's weird.
Fair.
Alright.
Doing okay over there?
Yep.
About to ban Chipper again?
I'm not gonna ban Chipper again.
Disabling.
I am, however, going
Favorite
to.
person, don't make me hit you.
Oh, he's made a battle map. That's not good.
Let's
for when you guys inevitably get caught.
please not have to use the
Not
battle
just
map,
us.
please.
I'll be fine.
Unless they
Oh.
catch you in
I
what you're
mean-
lying about.
That
Will
would be a
not
lot
happen.
harder.
That would be
Harder.
really tricky.
Not impossible.
Not impossible, but
Oh, it's gonna be harder because
A lot harder.
he's got to convince what's his bucket, who has seen multiple of these happenings of testing for magic.
Has
Like I said, you
I
just have to
assume
make sure
so.
they're not in the room with you.
Alright, so at this point, we have Killian, Alma, and Simi. Alma, disguised as Akarai, has just arrived at the camp.
And we have Itzat with us.
Right, and Master Itzat. So,
Right, the guy that can't talk.
Yep.
There are no evil.
so what are you guys doing?
So my impression was that we go in and vouch for the lady.
I am marching straight up to the headquarters.
Okay.
I will accompany, and I suppose Master Itzat probably would too.
That's super cool.
You're just moving.
We had this during Delirium's Domain. Were you not paying it? Well, I guess you were on the far side of the table.
No, that's
It's
not
doing
what she's
something
talking about.
different.
Oh.
Yeah. There are random patrols happening
patrols
that are
are
moving
moving.
without him saying,
Oh,
without him doing anything.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Something else.
But we don't need to worry about patrols. We're good.
Your patrols have all kind of got a
Yeah.
little stuck there, friend.
Yeah.
I mean, not that I'm complaining.
Terribly bright.
You're running the tents and just keep walking.
on.
And Keith broke.
Please hold while Keith
Yes.
attempts to get the map back on the board.
And Chipper, we exploded the world.
I'm having all kinds of problems.
It's not
It's
a
like,
secret.
it's a Monday!
When we
Sure it's not a
stream
tiger
every
shield.
Monday.
They're Skyrim guards. They're just like walking against a tent. Turn around.
Stop, you violated the law. You're fine.
Okay.
Somebody shoot somebody in a knee.
Hands
Yeah,
to
get
yourself,
careful,
sneak thief.
poser. Like, cactus might cut you.
There we go. There we go. I'm not going to touch
He's on a
anything.
roll tonight.
You guys get that as the map.
There we go. Okay,
And
that's,
yes, those guys are moving on their own. I have found goodies for my roll 20.
okay. Main tent it is.
All right, so you guys are there, and you do hear voices inside the tent. Sounds like a couple of voices. One has a very commanding tone to it, and the other seems to be very much, a regular soldier type.
Okay. Is there anybody outside the tent?
At the moment, no.
Okay. And are there any guards in like?
The
10
guards are
10
where
feet?
the guards are where you see them.
I don't.
They're the
I knew
ones
that's what he was
wandering
gonna tell
around.
us.
Oh, okay.
So as you as the conversation inside sort of winds down, one of the guards does push out into a position to guard the front of the tent, and he sees the two of you. Oh, there.
3.
The three of you there. I'm sorry. Yes. Oh, there.
Excuse
How
me.
can I help you?
Please announce me. My name is Akarai Rosk. I am here for the interrogation.
Master Rosk, how did you know we needed an interrogation?
It is literally my job to find magic users.
Yes, but we just found her this afternoon. The messenger couldn't possibly have gotten to you.
They moved through town where I was. Very simply.
What other business brings you to town?
That is for me to know, and hopefully you not to find out.
Begging your pardon, Master Rosk. I shall indeed announce your presence. One moment.
Thank you.
And he ducks into the. He does duck into the to the tent, and you hear sort of a quick, hushed conversation. He comes back out, and when he does, he has with him what looks to be the officer of the camp. Master Ross, how may I be of service?
It is my understanding that, he sort of looks around, that you have a magic user in custody.
Indeed we do, and in fact I was just penning a letter to send off to request one of your order to come interrogate her. And if I had not found an interrogator here in this fly speck of a town, I was making arrangements to have her shipped downriver.
I think the word you were looking for is Empress Forsaken. That being said, it seems your information was good, young miss. If you would please lead the way.
Of course, if you don't mind. He does lead you inside the tent. It is very cramped with all of you in the tent. There is a curtain across, or a drape across the center of the tent that divides it into essentially two rooms. He pulls it back and lets you through, and there you see another guard, and tied to one of the tent posts you see a somewhat older woman. She does have elven features, and Simi, you actually recognize her.
Well, she's been in and out, like doing work with the people in the monastery.
Not since she was there helping you heal.
Would I have recognized her though?
You haven't had a chance to see her. in all of your goings on in and around town, I mean, you haven't seen her.
No, but would I have seen her then?
I mean,
She would have seen me.
she would have seen
I
you.
think so.
But wouldn't that be
Tell you what, make me just make me a straight intelligence check.
Be smart, Simi.
Oh, that. No.
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 In that
would
case,
do.
never mind. You do not recognize her,
I mean, honestly, I thought that anyway, so that's fine.
and she is bound. She is tied to one of the
It's
Posts
would
hold-
recognize her.
one of the posts holding up the tent. Because of the size of the tent, Master Itzhak is actually waiting outside. I mean, it's not it's a commander's tent. It's bigger than a normal tent, but at this point there are now 6 of you inside this tent. It is quite cramped. Master Itzhak has opted to
He's here to legitimize us. That's
step
fine.
outside, so he's actually waiting out front.
There goes your security blanket. That's okay. We got this.
Do we?
If not, we will trade him for me, and it's fine.
We found this woman somewhat injured in the woods. We had there was an attack several days ago on the logging camp, and there was word during this attack that there was a magic user involved. We began scouring the countryside, and we one of our patrols came across her, obviously injured, using magic to tend to her own wounds.
Danny, question here.
Yes.
So, are we retconning all of the conversations that I had where I was aware that she had a relationship with the Order? Because I was assuming I had seen her coming and going getting herbs because we're the ones who grow most of the herbs.
You can make the assumption that because you grow most of the herbs and because she was the apothecary in town, that there was a relationship, even though you've not witnessed it firsthand.
I don't like the way he said
Okay.
was.
The middleman.
I noticed that too.
Okay. Okay, so he just
Hi,
gave us
Polar.
all of that. Hi, Polar.
Welcome to the channel.
You've done well. Have you interacted with magic users before?
Only from a great distance, and usually at the point of many, many arrows.
Fair, so you've not been...
This is the proper way to interact with them.
Fair. A great distance.
So you've not been part of any of these trials before, have you?
I make a point never to meddle in such matters, Master.
That is fair.
Magic is, of course, the purview of the Empress. May she live forever.
Master Rosk, if I may, this woman who is alleged as a magic user does have a significant relationship with the Order.
Interesting. Then it seems that your order has been lax in this branch, and that will need to be addressed. Now, I will need
Almost
to...
forgotten why he was here.
I will need to interrogate this woman. As is custom, I ask both of you and the guard to leave. I am more than capable of handling one woman.
Are you certain you wouldn't prefer to have a guardsman standing by?
Indeed, I'm sure. This is
As
my favorite part of my job.
As you say, and he will gesture to the guards, and they will step out, and he will follow as well. If you do need anything, please do not hesitate to ask.
Certainly. Thank you.
Just back out really slowly.
So
Side-eye
were
you.
you sending Simi out as well?
Mhm.
Okay. All right. So Simi, you are outside the tent.
Just walk past Mr. or Master Itzad. God, he's such an idiot.
Master Itzhak just kind of looks at you and cocks an eyebrow.
That came out loud.
Sorry, frustrated.
And he's going to gesture to you and drop into a fighting stance.
What better time to train than now?
And he makes the sign of it's time to train.
Okay.
Better way to relieve stress.
Yes.
And distract guards.
So yeah, I guess I'm gonna train with Master Itzad and distract the guards.
Make me a performance check.
Oh boy, you're
Bardic
right.
inspiration.
Does she have to use charisma for it?
Yes.
Not acrobatics.
You know what? Make a performance check using your dexterity.
Bardic
Okay.
inspiration.
Which is 4, D4, D6.
D6.
Oh god. I'm glad I had the bardic inspiration. So that's gonna be 12 plus. So that's still 17. I rolled an 8, and that's still 17.
Nice.
Doesn't
Thank
it feel
you.
good?
All right.
I love you,
So you and Master Itzhak fall into a very familiar training routine. It is a very choreographed. I mean, you've done martial arts. Think any of the any of the sticky hand drills, any of the one-on-one sparring, back and forth sparring that you've done in your training. That's the kind of thing that you guys fall into. So you're back and forth across the ground, and the guards that are on patrol are definitely, every time they get close enough, they're turning their heads and watching what you guys are doing.
Cool throws.
Oh, I
and
really
stuff.
hope that's part of the plan.
I'm going to make sure that the curtain is all the way closed. As I'm adjusting the curtain, do I see? Is there anyone still in the tent? Or have they stepped out?
There is nobody else in the tent that you can see. Now you did see one guard go out one end, one guard and the captain go out the other, and that was the end that Simi went out.
Okay. So I'm going to turn back around and look at, what was her name again?
Lucia.
Lucia. And I'm going to turn back into Alma.
Your fate rests in your hands.
The robes are now like really big and baggy.
Could you just change your face?
She
I
just
could, but
Yeah.
she just kind of sighs, and shakes her head.
so I'm gonna get real close. I'm gonna whisper.
Yes.
I need you to yell.
Kel is gonna kill me. What do you want me to yell?
Ouch or some such.
Thanks.
Okay.
No.
How loud is this? Wait. Can I hear this?
Make a perception check.
Oh no.
Natural 20.
No! Well, you know it's Alma.
Yeah, you heard
at
it.
least know it's Alma.
Oh, I really hope that's part of the plan.
Make a roll for your dad.
Oh no.
Or your granddad, sorry.
12.
His ears aren't what they used to be. You could never tell him that, but his ears are not what they used to be.
Okay, so coming up real close, I'm gonna whisper again. We're going to get you out. Let me see if I can stage whisper this towards the. We're going to get you out. We need to make this convincing, however. We could not come up with a better way to get you out than to take you into custody and back to the capital for interrogation.
I had a better way! Oh,
You jump cut to me attempting to give my pseudo-dragon instructions to dig a tunnel with a spoon.
50 years.
You and Roger with one giant spoon.
Well, let's try this instead. And she's surrounded briefly by a halo of magical energies, and her form shrinks to about the size and shape of a ferret, and she slinks out of her bonds and just looks up at you.
Okay, the
Go on the
issue
run for the rest
that
of
we
your
will
life.
have is that if you leave without being under escort, we might start a big problem with the Empire for the town.
Oh.
This is not a complicated idea. I don't know why everyone seems to forget that there's a town here. And that we all live in it.
Not me.
Except you're talking about the wild
Not me.
card.
Actually,
Wait, I remembered.
technically, 2 of us don't live in this town.
Yeah, I still a lot of effort into staying here.
You realize stealing taxes puts the town in danger? Huh. I guess it does.
And so she turns back.
Well,
Alright. So what's your So what's the better plan?
So, we are going to escort you toward the capital. Now, as far as life from here on out, you're going to need to not be seen. It is my understanding that we are going to
Everyone raise your hand if this was the plan. Raise your hand if you don't know what the plan was.
we can get you out. And that part isn't going to be hard. The issue is going to be what you do afterwards.
There are a lot of
Now,
plans.
I am really good with disguises. So for a while,
understand.
it might be worth hanging out in... I want to say Hans Mill, but that is super wrong. What is the town over? Lamont Mills.
Hans Mill, whatever.
Hans Miller?
We do not want to go to Hans Mill, guys.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'll pass on Hans Mill, thanks.
Then between your grandson and I, we are going to try our best to remove the Imperial garrison from town without bringing down the wrath of the Empire upon the town.
Slitting one throat.
So,
Another.
next issue, where is Kendai?
Well, captured.
He comes up behind.
Captured by whom?
Then it's too late.
Those little red lizard guys.
Oh, I thought you were going to say goblins, and I was going to be really disappointed in both of you. Okay.
Yeah, no. Last I saw her, she was getting mobbed by a dozen of those little guys, and one of them had opened this pit under her feet, and she got caught in it, and then they poured all kinds of gravel in on top of her and pinned her, and it was not good.
So she needs us?
Well, I was trying to get to her, and I got hurt real bad, and so I had to.
Are you okay now?
I've been better.
I'm going to reach out and cast Healing Word.
Okay.
That was a really serious moment and I couldn't stop laughing. I'm
I
sorry.
feel like I missed something.
You and I both did that.
It's fine.
There was something going on over here.
I'm going to go ahead and cast it at 2nd level.
Okay.
That's 2d8.
And she'll get 2 heal. No. 10
Uh,
points back. 10.
Is it a D8?
So that's 10 plus plus 4, so 14 points.
14 points. Okay. Her wounds do start to knit back together. There's still light scarring. Wasn't a full healing, but it's really, really close. Between what she had already done and what you were able to do, clearly she's in better shape than she was.
So if anyone asks, what just happened is I used some techniques to force you to use your magic again.
Sure.
Hopefully it doesn't come to anyone asking, but that's our story.
So I'm gonna have a lot to talk to Kel about next time I see him.
It's probably going to be a while.
Yeah, just warning, he might want to have some answers.
I mean, is your question about me?
A little bit. Like,
I mean, I am right here, and
Yeah.
you have another 30, 40 seconds.
yeah, you can change what you look like, and that wasn't magic.
No. Yeah, maybe another time is better.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna need to bind your wrists again because I can't have you just loose. But we are going to leave now.
Okay, front or back?
Probably behind your back if that's okay with you. Can you do that changing
Shut up.
thing again?
I can. Why?
Just in case things get bad, and I would prefer you not to get further involved. If something goes wrong in the next 15, 20 minutes, go ahead and do that and get away.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, I can sort of do the same.
Okay.
So there is a plan B.
Okay. So she will
Opportunity.
put her hands behind her back.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take out a knife and cut a section of it was rope that they had not changed, right?
Just rope.
Cut the rope, and then go ahead and use that to lightly tie. I'm going to try to make it bulky, a bulky knot, so it looks stronger than it is, so that I don't have to dig into her wrists too bad.
Okay. Just a suggestion. Since they're scared of me casting magic, you might want to.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I can at least get it wet, though.
That'd be helpful.
So I will go ahead and take whatever they had binding her mouth and go ahead and put it around again. And then I'm going to wet it so that it's at least not a dry thing cutting into her mouth.
Okay.
Oh, your fingers too, probably.
And she's got them interlaced behind her.
Okay, perfect. And I will put on a stern face. I will change back, and suddenly my clothes fit a whole lot better again.
Okay.
And I will escort her out.
When I see you escorting her out, still tied up and everything, it's just like,
And that's when Master's not He doesn't say anything, but he's moving. You were wide open.
Pay attention!
He's like, all right,
Your
all right.
day will come too, old man.
More and more like part of the plan. I like it. I like it.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast message real fast. With my hands on her knot, I'm going to say, it's fine, we're getting her out of town.
So much to say.
Where are we in Cabbage at this point?
We'll
Have we
talk
arrived?
I
later.
think we're just watching.
Yeah,
Digging a tunnel with a spoon.
I was making a joke.
Before
are
you.
you sure?
Oh look, you found this outlet in the middle.
Yeah. So by this 2 days
You
later,
guys
would have appeared.
Would Vicky be there yet?
No, you're still a couple minutes
Okay.
off.
So I assume we find you.
Oh, I mean, me and my grandpa are standing like right outside the camp. We are not hidden. We,
How's it going?
I think it's going according to plan.
So what's going on?
So the
what's going to
first card
happen?
that I can see,
What's
I'm
gonna
going
go
to
Well, I
on?
mean, as you come out, the captain is standing there. He's got his back to the fire and is watching the tent. And as you come out, he sort of goes to attention. His hand drops to his sword.
Officer, I didn't catch your name.
Well, I actually didn't offer it, but it's Jeremias.
Jeremias. Captain Jeremias, I assume by your
Yes.
nod of rank.
Yes.
I would like you to draft up some paperwork for me as quick as you can, or have someone else do so. This prisoner needs to come with me to the capital for further interrogation. As you can see, her wounds have further healed. I was able to suss out the nature of her magic and have neutralized it. However, I do believe that this warrants further investigation.
Of course, as I suggested to you earlier, I was in the process of having such papers drafted already. I shall.
Please, yes, have papers drafted that will put her into my custody.
Okay. He snaps to the guard, who goes off to another part of the camp, and you see him sort of disappearing down one of the tent lines. He ducks into one that has a little bit more space than the normal tents. You get a sense it might be the company clerk's
Gotcha.
abode. He's only in there for just two or three minutes, and then he steps back out, and he's got a scroll, and he walks it over and hands it to the captain. Here you are.
Thank you. I'll tuck it into my robes. Now, as the nature of this magic is dangerous for public knowledge, I hope that you will keep this arrest under wraps.
Of course. I will of course be sending a copy of those orders on to the capital.
Of course.
It's just so that the forces there are apprised of what's going on here in these Empress Forgotten Realms.
Now, I am on my way there currently. I can deliver those for you as need be. My business here is more or less concluded.
Make me a deception check. At disadvantage. It almost doesn't matter, but go ahead.
I use that. Okay. And you said deception, right? So plus
Yes.
8. That's 26.
26. Yeah. Disadvantage?
Mm-hmm. 20 and an 18.
Okay. All right, that's fine. You and Simi both sort of catch a moment in his eyes where something you said, and you're not sure what, triggered something in his brain that something was off, but he was able to talk himself out of that.
Don't you hate that?
There is one more item of business I have to conclude. Some reprimands that apparently need delivered back at the... and I'm spacing on the word the cloister. But then I will be
really?
off. Well, since they were apparently working directly with a magic user, and that is our orders. Prerogative.
Simi really
Yes.
doesn't look happy.
Does
Yes,
she ever not
I
look
can.
happy?
I cannot imagine that.
I mean,
Master Ross, your father.
Indeed.
I can't imagine that your father will be too happy with the local order.
Indeed not.
I will.
We're moving.
Leave.
We're gonna go live in a dwarven kingdom.
I will leave that, of course, to your purview.
Thank you. Now, I believe we're probably out of... I'm trying... where is the camp in relation to town?
north.
North and northwest. Yeah, it's
North by
northwest.
And the road leading from here back towards the capital is to the south.
Yeah, if you go
right?
south, you would hit it. Anywhere south, east or west,
Okay.
it is south of you. It reaches off to the west.
And the capital is west, right?
The capital
As I
is
recall. Okay.
yeah. It's anything out of the valley, you have to go west.
Fair. Okay.
There is but a single pass out of the valley, and that is to the west.
I may need to requisition horses. I suppose that can be done just as easily from the cloister, though.
Yes, horses are somewhat dear to us here at this garrison. We we guard them closely.
Certainly. Are there any other messages that need to be delivered in the immediate future to the capital?
No, none that you need to concern yourself with. Well, we will send a courier.
Certainly. Well, thank you. You've accomplished your duty, and for that, you have the Empress's blessing.
May she live forever.
May she live forever. Good day, sir.
Put your hand down.
What you have it, sir.
Thank you, and for.
And so I'm going to escort her, sort of a long way back towards the cloister.
So I and my grandfather and apparently company are standing right outside the camp. Do you go
I'm
past
still
us?
hiding.
Okay. Do you go past us?
Yes.
All right, so you'll actually leave the camp a little bit to the west. That's sort of the main approach to the garrison. Just as a reminder, this garrison was set up in a farmer's fields, so there's a little bit of a narrow track that then takes you to a larger track that leads you into Sutter's End.
So as I see them coming towards us, I'm gonna look at my grandfather and be like, right, so I'm about to make a really big scene and I need you to like restrain me and make it look like you're stopping me from making a fool of myself. Can you do that?
Yes.
Are you going to be making a fool of yourself?
Oh, absolutely.
Then that shouldn't be terribly hard.
Good. So as soon as they start coming past, I'm gonna step up and start yelling at them.
Okay.
Right, where do you think you're going?
Citizen, back down.
No,
Your granddad's got his.
No, you're going to tell me where you think you're.
I will take performance rolls
Now,
from the two of you.
because the man doesn't have very many.
I have a question. I'm pretty sure she's full on punching these.
So how do you want it? I will give you the option. You can either roll performance dexterity or
Maybe
you
you
can
have a chance to
roll
kill
an
it.
attack.
I would like to roll an attack roll, but I would
Do it.
like to roll it with the understanding that I'm going for non-lethal.
Certainly.
As
Go
long
for
as
it.
Can
that's
I
okay,
give
I
her
will roll
advantage
an
if I'm not trying to avoid it?
Yes, actually.
Bardic inspiration.
It's gonna be a good hit.
Give that to her. Oh, she tried to hit me.
Advantage.
Okay. Oh,
Whoa!
can you?
What'd you do?
What just happened?
What? That's so crazy.
$100! Thank you! M4, that is so awesome!
What you could do.
Tip, yeah.
Oh, it's awesome! Thank you so much.
So okay. I think we have a new leader on the leaderboard.
Long show.
I need to show my biddies now.
That's freaking amazing.
Thank you.
Okay,
That could buy us 3 of the new Tasha's Hideous.
I like how quickly Brady did the math on that. He was like, that's 3 books.
That's freaking amazing.
Yes, I knew that was worth all of the heartache this week to get that work.
So I'm gonna bust a key point because that roll sucked a lot. Even with the Bardic inspiration.
And the advantage?
Like yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It was bad.
Wow.
Well, actually, it would have been because it still got a +6, and that was a 6, right? So that was
No, it's a
12.
12.
Poker chips.
So actually, that would probably still be okay. That's a
12 is
16.
oh, 16.
Yeah, go for it.
That is my armor
Oh,
class.
so you do punch.
So you do
Okay, so
connect
I
with
don't
it.
need to do the other one. Okay, so that's gonna be D6 plus 4. So it's gonna be 9 points of damage.
9 points of non-lethal damage.
Non-lethal.
Ouch.
Oh, did you knock out?
That knocks me right out. I rolled a 1 on my constitution. You just overclocked me.
Well, no, I won't. I have a -2 in strength. I'm not.
So I'm like, no, you're good.
Very convincing.
and so Eric is just standing there looking at you.
I
She's a
just
really
have
good
these
actor.
eyes that are just like, I'm so sorry.
Yes, say something.
What happened?
Listen, have you learned your lesson? What just happened?
I'm gonna stand up.
And about this point, Mizuki shows up, and you're seeing Killian being lifted off the ground by his granddad. You're seeing Simi, and you would have met Lucia, so you see
Yeah.
Lucia, and you see someone standing there that you don't know,
Oh, and Master Itzhak.
and Master Itzhak, and Adrian is there, and Cabbage is still hiding.
I'm very much hiding.
Okay, so you don't see Cabbage, but you kind of assume she's probably somewhere
As
close
we
by.
keep walking past, when I catch Mizuki, I'm just gonna kind of pull her in just a little bit before we keep walking. It's like, would you mind telling them that she was a valuable asset to the Empire? And it's just like, keep walking.
I'm gonna spit on the ground as you guys walk by. But other than that, I think I'm good.
He'll nod and go toward the command tent.
That might have been a little extreme.
I thought that was what you wanted me to do, sir. I'm so sorry.
Can you do the weird message your mind thing?
What?
Can you do that?
No.
You don't have any way to do that?
No.
You don't have any way to get a message to him?
Actually, before we get too far out, I'm gonna cast message back to Killian. I'm really sorry. That wasn't supposed to. That was not.
Nope. Oh, exactly according to plan. Don't forget Draxus has prepared somewhere in town to hide her.
Okay.
Just good
Yep.
to keep... No, I trust you.
Meet
Good
me
luck.
outside the west side of town.
No. You do your thing. My grandfather and I are going to be in a very, very public place.
Fair enough.
And then I'm going to look at my grandfather. Right, so I think this is the part where we go to the tavern with a place full of lots of witnesses, and we sit there for most of the day.
This would also be the part where we get shit-faced drunk, right?
Yes! But only if you're paying.
I went in on that.
Alright.
This would be that part.
Alright, so one by one, the rest of you guys meander back towards town. What are you doing once you get to the commander's
Well,
tent?
since Simi,
She turns
the
around.
only thing I've heard at this point.
Okay.
If I see her, I will inform her of what's going on now.
So yeah,
Okay, are
you
you
do
gonna tell
see
me aside
her.
then?
You do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
you do see her.
I guess everything's fine.
Straight up and nothing
This is fine. This is fine.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
We could not have made it more convincing. No.
That is a good question. We can talk while we head back. Well, we both tell you
Are you
figure out
heading
what
back with
happened.
me, or just like who's with who at this point? You two are together.
Yeah.
I assume you. Oh, I'm gonna let you and your
Okay.
grandpa go their
Well,
separate ways.
Simi said that I should tell them that she's an asset to the Empire.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea
Woman
because
is
Alma decided.
hiding
Alma
forever.
decided to do his own thing again, and not inform any of us.
I mean, I knew what the plan was.
I mean, you weren't prepared for that?
Well,
Remember, he's not who he says he is. He doesn't have a full lifetime of Alma's stuff.
That's
Touche.
so
Yeah.
well, I guess me, you, and
I mean, neither
wherever
do I.
Cabbage went, we'll just head back and whatever.
Coming out of hiding.
Gavin is like,
I
I
think one of us-
I guess we're just heading back.
Yep.
Sneaker.
Okay, yeah.
I have my cloak, right? You
Yes.
gave it. Yes.
Alright, so you and your granddad head to the
So
tavern.
on the way back, while we're alone, as we're walking, so your employees, the people who you pay to whatever you have them do, the adventuring types, they now know.
Okay. What do they know?
That she uses magic,
Okay.
and so does Draxus,
Okay.
and so does Kel.
Okay.
And I believe those are the only people that now also know.
Except
Minus
all of us.
all of us.
That goes without saying.
Okay.
Oh my
I can.
gosh.
I could wish that none of those people knew, but if I had to pick,
Right, they also know that I do magic now too. To clarify with that.
the word
They were-
secret is lost on you.
They were
isn't
all
it?
real gung ho about breaking Grandma out of jail, so like, that's a plus.
Well, I would hope so. Okay.
Also, we need to be in a very public place, so when she doesn't make it to the place where they're taking her, we're not suspects.
Yes, but they couldn't possibly get to Lamont's Wells for at least a week.
Yeah, she's gonna disappear before then.
Well, I get that, but the garrison here couldn't know that for at least 2 weeks.
Right, but we want to be in a very public place, so when they find out the night that she disappeared, we have a whole bunch of people who can say we were not involved.
That's why I assumed we're headed to the.
No, yeah, I
tavern.
just want you to know that she'll probably show up back at home tonight, and she'll have to go into hiding from here on out.
Okay.
Draxus has prepared a place in town for her to hide for now, and we will work on a more permanent solution.
Okay.
You told me to make a plan.
Well,
And I did.
you don't disappoint in that regard.
And I didn't even have to light anything on fire this time.
Bravo. Bravo for that.
This
Yes.
I mean,
This time?
I mean,
I love that it took that
I
long.
feel like it's a useful part of just about any plan to have something that lights on fire.
We need to talk about your planning skills, boy.
Also, what do you pay those 4 people for? Because they sure aren't doing their job that you pay them for. So, what do you pay them for?
Well, lad, you remember those red scaly things that fell out of the sky?
Right.
They're supposed to be finding where those things are coming from.
Right, and when was the last time they actually found out?
It's been a week or two.
Now, you do know that they do the same sort of things Grandma does, right?
Aye.
Okay. I might have some ideas on how they could be better put to work.
Well, let's go drink over that, shall we?
Yep.
Um,
And we spent our night in a very public place with lots of witnesses.
What's Master Itza doing?
he's just sort of
Master Itzai.
he's very much. He's just sort of walking
Zen.
along with you guys, very zen-like. He is at the back of your little column. Presumably, the two of you are flanking Lucia, and he's just sort of standing
Don't
there,
know, but it just occurred to me.
following along, watching you guys.
message. Now is not the time. Not the time.
Follow Master Itzot's thing.
No.
That whole vow of silence. Now is a good time to practice. At least until we get back to the cloister when you can go prepare my rooms.
You don't get words back. Seething.
I'm going to sneak very carefully and follow Alma and Grandma.
Roll me your stealth check. And Alma and Simi, go ahead and roll your perception
Advantage if you're
checks.
invisible if
Are you using the cloak?
Yes.
That's more like it. That's a nat 20.
Nice.
I'm just following them to make sure that there's backup
14.
in case
Things go
some
wrong.
sort of shit hits the fan.
Okay.
What am I doing? 13.
Like it does.
all the time.
22.
All right, so see me with a natural 20. You see, I mean, you know where, you know you're being followed, and that sounds an awful lot like Cabbage's I'm being sneaky gate. Yeah, you don't, and neither do Lucia or Master Itzhak.
I'm going to look in the direction of her and just give a little bit of a nod so that she knows that I know where she is.
I nod back, but you can't see me.
Sure I can.
I'm wearing a cloud invisibility, so
No, you can't. You're just hearing her footsteps.
Oh, okay.
You can't see me.
I caught that.
I am going to go ahead and fall back to Master Itzhak's side and kind of get down in a very, very quiet whisper and just kind of ask, I know that she is a friend to you, and I gave the other lady a name and I don't remember what it is. And the Order Mother. Are we okay with what's happening right now?
As I get punched in the back of the head.
He does just kind of cock his eyebrow at you. Roll me an insight check.
Breaks his vow of silence.
Good God, insight's good. +5,
Except he
17.
doesn't know anything that's going on.
Or that this is all fine.
You get a sense that he knows more than he's letting on.
Okay. Talk later? Well,
He just kind of rolls his eyes at you.
You heard that,
Is he
you.
a monk?
A bard monk?
And he just keeps walking along.
Everyone in this town has magic.
Yep.
I kind of fall back into the place where I
There's gotta be
was.
something in
and
there. Okay.
Just continue on.
So you guys are headed for the cloister specifically?
Mhm.
Okay.
I think we're kind of required to at this point.
Okay. So you get Lucia back to the cloister. You are met by one of the acolytes of the order, who leads you down into the basement to the cells. I mean, what you sleep in is called a cell. These are actual cells with bars across the doors and very small windows for ventilation.
I wince a little.
Yeah, because you're familiar with these. Now, these are much better kept than the ones that you've had direct contact with. The air is fresher, so there is a little bit of circulation down here. It does look like the straw is cleaned regularly. It does look like the cells themselves are swept out, mopped out regularly. And beyond that, most of them are standing open. They don't get a lot of use.
Which is actually surprising given this town.
So,
I mean,
So-
you met our Order Mother.
Fair.
so you do you place her in the cell. The acolyte then closes it and locks it. And Lucia just kind of looks at you knowingly and nods and gives you the "it's okay." So
I will need a copy of that key. We will be leaving shortly for the capital.
There is only one copy of the Keymaster, and it must reside with the Order Mother unless in use. I have to return it to her.
I see. Thank you.
And she scurries off back the direction you guys came, presumably to return the key to the Order Mother. Master Itzhak is still standing there with you, just sort of looking at the two of you expectantly.
Master, I do think your being there, I think, helped to smooth things over.
Provided a quiet sort of confidence.
Helps Simi not.
He just nods at you.
Asimi, I believe we were having a conversation prior to this engagement. Would you like to continue that?
Certainly.
Gonna kick your ass.
Roll me an insight check real quick.
I'm gonna remind you your AC is 11.
Plus 14.
14.
14 plus 4. 18.
There was a twinkle in this little old man's eye. He is not smirking at all. But he's heard stories. He knows that there's something between Simi and Akarai.
And your secret keeper is a man who has a vow of
I know
silence.
this. Like, do I see this too, or is it just him?
What was your?
I was 14.
Yeah, you caught it. And he just sort of bows to you and turns and starts to shuffle off.
I let you two get
Ah.
comfortable.
Ah.
I'll leave you to it, dears.
So that was awkward.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, let's. Can we? I'm sorry. Just to the. I assume he turned and left. And
Yeah,
we're still
he
standing
turned
there.
and left, and you guys are still standing there. How's your back?
What?
Oh.
Your back. The scars on your back.
I mean, the dress.
I mean,
didn't
presumably-
cover much.
Presumably they've healed up nicely.
How do you? What?
Oh, you don't remember
21st night of September.
when you first came here? How much do you remember?
Not a lot. I remember some sounds, and
And she starts humming a tune that is very familiar.
Remember how in the last game we had breakpoints?
dude, like every freaking session, you
Yeah.
yeah. see me breakpoint, man. The hell, evil DM.
You married him.
Right? I love you.
Big puffy hearts.
Puffy heart.
Simi definitely did not marry Keith.
No, she didn't.
So yeah.
She just looks really kind of freaked out and doesn't know what to do, and
I know, it's a lot.
kind of starts backing towards the door.
We have to have a discussion. Like the three of us. She knows.
Wait, okay, so that we're clear, seeing as apparently clarity is a thing that we lack, what is it she knows exactly?
Who I am.
Yes. And so I am definitely going to have a conversation with Kel. But later.
Yep.
Later. Much. Much later.
What?
What the hell was that?
Okay, here's the
lab.
issue. If we just said she's going to be an asset, I couldn't leave her here. This was going to be the same scenario that played out regardless.
Then people wouldn't be hunting her at least.
No one's going to hunt her. Don't worry, I've got that covered. We're sending on some paperwork from the constabulary to the capital about a trial that is happening in Helm's Deep. What the freak is the other town's name?
They're holding a trial in Helm's Deep. The hobbits are going to Isengard.
Man, I don't know why I have the hardest time with Lamont's Wells. About a trial that's going to happen over in Lamont's Wells where this woman was executed. So the problem is no matter what we told them here, she has to leave.
Why would she have to leave?
Because she will, number one, never be trusted again. by the town's guard, by the Imperial garrison, and if they're watching her closely, she can't go save her friend, who we need to go save.
Oh, right. Right.
Wait.
Hmm?
They already knew.
Who already knew what?
Yep.
You knew.
Mm-hmm.
They knew.
Mm-hmm.
Knew what?
Damn, literally everyone in this town is magic.
It would have been as easy as just saying that she didn't have magic, because apparently everybody in this freaking town looks the opposite direction.
Except the Imperial garrison, who saw her using magic. There was no getting her out scot-free. I would have liked to...
Oh, I forgot you were there.
Why?
So now there's just this floating head of cabbage. This floating head of cabbage. This is beautiful.
I gave one to both of you.
I love this so much.
I promise, Chipper, I won't ban you again. I promise. So sorry.
Are you able to quote Ed? Okay, I thought
Yeah, I can quote it. I'm not.
I thought I remembered that you were, but I couldn't remember.
Why?
Sorry.
But for you.
You're going a little off the handle. I figured somebody who could be invisible would be good backup.
Alright, well, somebody who can be invisible needs to be out of the walls before your cloak wears off.
It's not gonna wear off.
At that point,
Oh.
it wears off.
What?
Oops.
We need to teach Cabbage how to accurately tell time.
We can work on that.
I'm
What's
the
the
tool
moon
that
like?
you put on the wall over it on
It's heading towards full, but it's not there yet.
Hey, hey. Well, I'm very sneaky without the cloak.
I could also escort you out before.
But she didn't come in.
But would it... I'm not there.
She's also very sneaky and troublesome. I'm sure she's probably gotten in here before.
Alma,
That's probably true.
Alma, Cabbage, see me, make me a perception check, please.
Nat 20! I like the yellow one. Yeah, I'm gonna.
11.
Okay.
There we go.
Nat 20.
For the two of you, so Cabbage, as you're standing there talking with your friends, you feel a little something land on your shoulder. It's Milo's pseudo dragon.
What the hell is that?
You catch it too. You miss it.
Okay, so you
Milo.
need to sneak back out, and then you need to not be seen because you didn't come in the front door. What are you doing? What is that?
Are you holding my dragon?
Yes.
Oh.
I took it off my shoulder.
Yes, she's gripping Milo's dragon.
Shake it once, that's fine.
Pseudo dragon.
Shake
Try to
it
remind
once,
you.
that's okay.
Yes, it is just a pseudo
Pseudo
dragon.
dragon.
Shake it 3 times, you're playing with this dragon again.
This is
Milo. Introduce him.
So who else has seen the pseudo dragon at this point?
I've seen it before.
Okay, so you two have no idea what this thing is that she's holding
You know
in
what
her
this is as
hands
well.
at this point.
this is Milo's pet.
Cards on the table! Not you!
In your mind. you see like
I dread pirate.
Alright, now I know what this dragon's thing is. So very crayon-esque is a picture of like Milo trying to show you cards at like a table, but your back is turned.
Huh, so that's what that feels like.
Do we all see this? Or just
yeah. He can show you guys.
Ah!
He canonically shows you pictures made in crayon.
Alright, well,
And now you need to sneak that out.
You see,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I think
but you didn't see. Were you?
In your mind, you see a little cloud and just like poof above it.
I think this thing can go invisible.
Invisible, cool, that's fine. Okay, but you need to not be here.
I know, but I mean, you're getting Grandma out, right?
In your mind, you're like.
In the
In your
morning.
mind, you're like, now.
Hi, cabbage.
When are you getting her out?
In the morning?
It's almost gonna have to be in the morning. I would have preferred tonight, but
Yeah.
Right.
You
I
see
can-
you see a crayon drawing of Ingir. That's the name of my dragon. Ingir holding a snake flying away.
no. No.
Wait, where does snake come from?
The snake is...
You can turn into a snake. Why is this a bad idea?
Because we need the garrison not to be looking for
Yes, paper trail, all of that stuff. Yeah. At this point, what's done is done.
Guys, we
This
were
is the
so
plan.
close to pulling it off, and you're gonna fuck it all
No,
up!
we're not. We're
her. It's
doing
gonna be
that.
fine. It's gonna be fine. I've got this.
Nothing's happened
What?
yet.
What are Mizuki and
We're walking down the road.
walking back?
Yep.
Okay.
We have
Yeah,
Why don't you
my
guys
dragon's
have
somebody
a
else.
conversation on its own?
Yeah.
Right, well, you didn't really tell everybody what you were doing.
Yeah.
I
So,
told Killian who was supposed to tell all of you.
Killian
First
is
mistake.
not in a good place right now.
You see
Well,
a crayon
you
drawing
are in a bad
depicting
place right now,
Killian,
too.
not leader.
Killian with firebombs.
Yeah.
I have some large scale
I
apologies to
came-
make later.
In
Crayon
case
drawings.
you needed assistance, because none of us know what you're doing.
That is not my fault this time.
I thought that we had a pretty decent plan going, and then
And
you
it worked.
completely deviated from what I thought we were doing.
Not completely. I made a slight adjustment because I had to.
That was not a slight adjustment.
Anyway,
Yes, anyway, sorry.
we can get mad at him later.
Okay.
Good
Okay,
picture, and
I
you're
will
not
make sure that
communicating
food is
emotions.
sent. Actually, I'm gonna have to bring that down to you to maintain appearances. I will bring food to you shortly.
Just gonna
Simi,
hold a
how do we
master
arrange
class later
that?
and be
I
like-
don't actually know.
I would bring it down to her. I'm sure that I can discuss with the order mother. And
Well, I actually have to go have a conversation with her. It'll be a good one, don't worry.
okay.
Actually, I'm really excited for this conversation. She's so sweet.
Good luck getting out there before the morning. If we go in together, then you can ask for me to be sent with food for her.
That'll work.
And then I can just step out and let you have whatever the conversation is that you. I don't
It's
know
gonna
if
be
I
so much
trust
fun.
you by yourself.
Hey. I did
No,
just
she's
fine
right.
before you
She's
came
right.
into town.
Have the stakes ever been quite this high before I came to town?
As a matter of
People would
fact.
stop giving them drugs.
Okay.
Something bull horns.
Yep.
It'll be fine, don't worry. I've got this. Nobody bullshits as well as I do.
That's actually, I mean, I feel like I might, you know.
And nobody bullshits as well as I do.
Nobody sneaks as well as you do. You are the best pirate I have ever met.
A crayon drawing of yourself.
But you have heard of me.
Thanks, Simi.
I would like to have a longer conversation with you at some point.
Yes, I imagine you would.
And
And I'd like to have one with you as well.
This can be arranged once you're in hiding.
thank you.
Yes.
It's also my understanding that your grandson is working out a way for you to be able to move about more freely. That being said, I also can provide some costuming to allow you to move around the town less noticeably.
That shouldn't be such a huge problem. I don't plan to be in town super long anyway. I do have to go after Kendai.
And I need to talk to everybody. I think we're going with you. Because you shouldn't do that alone.
Well, I won't say that the help wouldn't be welcome. So, thank you for that.
She gets an imprint of the pseudo dragon with huge buff arms.
It's
And she reaches through the bars and sort of pats him on the head. You're so sweet.
Burning the countryside, burning it to not people.
Alright,
That just made me very happy. Oh yeah, well that's older than you guys significantly.
By a significant
I just-
margin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Older than
I watched those in school.
I watched those in school too.
As they came out, I
Yes,
watched
as
those.
they came out. Yes.
You're not that much older
Yeah,
than me.
alright, well,
You collectively are not that much older than me.
You individually, however.
With the gray in my beard.
I mean, at least you still have hair.
Yeah, good point.
Once you're able to escape from the Order Mother, I'd like to have a conversation with you as well.
I think we have a couple that need to happen.
It might involve her fists.
Yeah.
yeah, so I'm going to leave now and let everybody else know what's going on since none of us knew what was going on.
That's not my fault! Tell Killian that his grandmother is safe and will be... There's supposed to be a safe house set up, so we will get her there probably tomorrow by midday, at which point tell him we need to go after Kendai.
Alright, he might be pretty hungover, but we'll work it out. I'll tell you about it later.
I
Let's,
project an image in your head of they're getting plastered.
I give you a
For
couple of
alibi.
points and say, since he's getting hammered anyway, would you mind having him get me a bottle of something and sneak it back over here? for me,
when do
please?
you want it tonight?
If at all possible, that would be lovely.
Yeah. We can.
It's
I
been a
think
long day.
between me and the dragon thing. We
Oh
can,
yeah, the dragon. Yeah, sorry.
You get an
crayons.
image of your head instead of the snake. It's now a bottle.
Yeah, that would work great.
Yeah,
That's
we got
fabulous.
this.
Let's do that.
Igor.
All right.
All right. So what's your plan, Cabbage? For
Sneak back out.
make me a stealth roll.
Ingir will like nicely pat you on the head and he returns to you. And that's why he left.
Ah, there you go.
That's another nat 20.
Yeah, the first roll was a 3.
I mean, my plus is 8, so it still wouldn't have been terrible.
I think that's still like 11.
Yeah. I mean, it's still plenty. So
Okay.
you are a couple of times on your way out. You sort of have to plaster yourself against the wall and behind tapestries so that you're not seen.
Although I feel like it wouldn't be the first time that somebody's caught Cabbage in the cloister just
Probably
That's what I was
not.
thinking. You could probably just walk her out and it'd be like, yeah, we found Cabbage in again.
Except
Don't
she
know
would,
how.
even when she was caught previously, she would try to be sneaky. So if she wasn't being sneaky, I feel like they'd feel like it was weird.
Yeah, so this time you're able to actually sneak all the way out. It does require going up over the roof line though, because for the life of you, you can't figure out how to lock the gate again from the outside, and you know they leave the gate locked at night, so you have to go up and over the roof to get out. But you're able to do that. Once you get back home, all of the lights are out at home, and you just kind of sneak in to your bedroom and lay down. And Potato reaches over and sort of wraps an arm around you and keeps right on sleeping.
I gave the dragon the coins. The coins to get Simi alcohol.
Okay.
You're also supposed to tell me stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, yes, detour before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Now who's the problem?
That's sort of at the end of the night once you get there.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I'll sneak out, and then I'll go to the tavern, because that's the best place to get drunk.
and you do see Killian and his granddad and they are both like
Prominent.
3 sheets to the wind.
Good thing we're not At this point, I'm convinced no one else in this town would even bat an eye. They'd all just be like, oh.
Another one.
It all makes sense.
Actually, make me a Constitution check.
Ah, balls.
Good thing you have such a high con.
4.
When you come in, Killian is actually just sort of he's still got a hand with a mug on the table, but he's leaned over and he's got his head on his arm, and he's just kind of swinging it back and forth.
Maybe he shouldn't be asleep. Because he might have a concussion.
I'm so sorry.
His granddad is in the same shape. So the both of them, the two of them are just sort of, and they're babbling at each other, and it's not even Elvish. They're just sort of, they're just vocalizing at each other, and every so often, one of them will start laughing, and then the other one will start laughing, and that'll go on for a couple of minutes before it quiets down.
I don't know why the sound effect was so great.
And then they'll start laughing again.
We officially have alibis for anything that happens for the rest of this day.
I'm gonna walk over just in case some like maybe you guys are faking it. Like
There's no faking this.
Make me an insight check.
And now maybe.
Is there a roll I can make to recognize cabbage? No. Okay.
You're far gone, my friend.
10.
It's not a hard DC.
It's not a hard DC, but that's like, no, you're having a hard time deciding if this is actually them that drunk or if they are really, really acting that hard.
Laying it on.
Killian.
None of them.
Man, that's more than I know.
Is that a life's warhammer?
And this is why elves do not drink
I'm gonna hand you my drink.
Yeah, I don't need to
The dwarf bartender was like, I only brought them one drink.
I'm gonna cut them off, but all I had was one sip. Both of them.
Oh, Ken.
Hello.
How long they been like this?
15, 20 minutes.
I was just gonna check to see if they were okay. I see that they're not.
Yeah, no.
Are you gonna be our designated driver? Are you gonna take us back home?
I think I have to now.
Oh, the weight of responsibility.
What?
I'm gonna try to get them home.
Ask for the bouncer's help.
Yeah.
Do you want the cart?
The what?
The cart.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring it back.
All right.
It's not the first time I've had to haul off some people for you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The drunk ones have great stories when they can hold their alcohol.
Yeah.
And loose coin horses.
Hey, James.
James works 2 jobs.
James does work 2 jobs.
He
Yes,
certainly.
he does.
The forge is less of a job because jobs produce income. James does not produce income at the forge. James is a cost at the forge.
So go get the tuber.
Oh, hey James.
Hey, Cabbage. And he runs outside, and a
Call
couple.
it a tuber.
I did. It's the potato cart. So he runs out the door, and a couple minutes later you hear sort of the cartwheels outside, and he comes back in. It's out there.
Yeah. Killian, you come with me. I've got alcohol outside.
I'm just kind of gonna take your arm.
And he sort of gets up and sort of stands up to you.
James, I might need a little.
I'm on it! And he reaches down and grabs your granddad and just sort of drags him along. And your granddad, he's got his legs sort of moving, but they're not holding him up at all. They're not helping at all. They're just sort of kicking him off. You manage to get these 2 out into the cart.
Let's point out this is a fantastic alibi. There is no way we were up to shenanigans.
Oh, my face hurts.
Alright.
You got it from him? Or you need a hand?
They're both bigger than me. I might need a hand.
Anything you need.
Yeah, if you.
Make me a perception check.
Oh,
Or an insight check.
Yeah.
It's actually an insight check.
Is this when he's going to finally get revenge
7.
on his rifle and Slayer throws?
You have been No, those are the ones I needed.
my way.
Let me show you who's best with a forge blade now!
No, I don't think that's what this is.
No, I don't.
I don't think that's
Gosh
what I said.
dang it, and Cabbage probably wouldn't even.
Nope.
Alright.
Alright, so.
Yeah,
So-
you have to talk to.
No, it's fine.
Alright.
And so he grabs the yoke and starts pulling.
Fun and me better. I use my forge, will you?
This happens a lot, so I have to make this time of night. I have to make a lot of runs. So
Oh,
and he
I guess that's.
he starts pulling the cart up the road towards the manor house.
And I'm helping. As much as I can.
The 2 of you.
We've put Roger back in the warehouse and told him to stay until...
He's just.
Did we even bring him?
I assume, did you bring him? Oh, then never mind.
Well,
We checked to see if Roger's okay.
He's still standing there sweeping. He's been sweeping the same
Oh, yeah.
spot the whole time you've been gone. So that spot
much to
is
work
really
Close the
clean.
door on that one.
Is really clean, and all the way around is still dirty. Just
Yep.
Still got a few bucks
Keep
to work
going
out.
on.
Alright.
Let's see. Are you going back to your
Look in your bag.
well?
Yeah.
Back to the
winery?
fire residence, yes.
thank you,
That's my
Chipper.
Oh, don't look so sad.
Okay. I think I'll go check. Just I think
Careful, Stephen. Your face may get frozen that way. So says the Chipper.
I think I'm gonna just go check. What time is it? Is it?
It's pretty late at night at this
Okay.
point.
Okay.
In fact, make me a perception check real quick, both of you.
Okay.
That's cocked. Yeah, that's not better, but yeah, it's all right, I guess. Perception.
14.
16.
16. Both of you do catch a cart being pulled by James, being pushed by Cabbage, and inside it you happen to see Killian and his grandfather, and they both look really out of it. And they're crossing through the town, heading up towards the manor house.
Oh, I guess that might be.
Mizuki will wave at Cabbage with her fan.
Honest lady.
He's drunk too.
Hello, Cabbage. Is, Killian?
Yeah, they're all right. They're just very, very drunk.
Yeah.
We're just making sure they get home and don't,
That's
die.
probably a good idea. Yeah. All right. Good night. I
Good
guess
night.
we'll
Have a good night.
see each other in the morning.
Most likely.
So after that,
I'm planning on going back to the Hearthfire residence. So
okay. So you're headed back up to the winery.
Okay.
yes.
Do you need anything before you go,
No,
Adrian?
I think I should be fine.
All right.
Mizuki will, before she goes back to her room, she'll just check in, like, the lobby of the inn. See.
Okay. Not a lot to see. Obviously, it's sort of a rowdy locale.
Yeah.
There's
Call off the other
music
adventurers.
and songs being sung and
You're gonna get ambushed.
dice game. There's a dice game in one corner that
Okay.
looks like it's getting pretty heated. One of the adventurers is holding forth, giving, expounding upon their tales of daring do, and they are just clearing off a table that didn't have a whole lot on it, but it's just a couple of, just 2 or 3 mugs is all, and looks like they're clearing that off for the night, and other than that, doesn't appear to be just a whole lot going on.
What if are the adventurers are in there?
Yes.
Okay. Mizuki will just not say anything specific, but thank them for.
So they kind of see your motion of thanks, and each one of them sort of gives you a nod or a little salute or whatever, and they sort of put their heads together at the table. One of them does get up and come over to you. It's the ranger, and she's got her 2 ferrets on her shoulders as she comes over.
On the road and just kill me.
How fares this evening?
It seems as if everything will be quite okay.
Oh, well, that you must tell me sometime how you accomplished this, but not tonight.
Still, I mean,
If I could tell you, I would.
I'm not quite certain as to the details myself at this point.
Well, we should find those out. It sounds as though it's an intriguing story.
Indeed.
Not a story that you should be telling.
Do you and your friends require any further assistance from us?
If we do, I will inform you.
Excellent. We shall await word. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
And she kind of make me an insight check.
9? Yeah.
9? Okay. she sort of turns to go and sort of gives you one final nod before turning back to her friends. What you gonna do after that?
So Mizuki will probably make her way up to her room.
Hey, poser! Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all.
You're
All right.
awesome.
All right. Your room is much as you left it.
Okay.
I keep saying Adrian. You're not Adrian. You're Milo.
Shh. Don't tell anyone, kid. It's a secret.
So Milo, you head back up to the winery.
Yes.
Deidre is just closing things up as you approach. Oh, hi. How are you?
Good.
There's a little bit of dinner left on the stove if you need something.
Thank you.
Do you have? I've been racking my brain and I'm trying to decide. I know I said that I wanted to do the birthday meal, just the three of us for May tomorrow. Do you think she would mind if we invited some others as well? I mean, because when you came home, we had a big party, and I would feel bad if it was just the three of us. Do you think she would mind if I invited some of your friends?
No, I don't think she'd mind at all.
Just don't invite Alma.
Good. I may
won't be
write
there
out
one
some
way or another.
invitations
Oh,
tonight. If you wouldn't mind delivering those tomorrow for me.
Certainly.
Hides cabbage in a closet
Okay.
and comes as cabbage.
Do you need anything else?
Maybe a bottle of wine.
I think we can manage that. And she goes and she pulls out actually one of the better vintages, and one of the ones it looks like she's probably been holding back, and she sort of dusts it off and hands it to you.
It's not that special of an occasion to have something that.
You sure?
Yeah, just something plain.
Okay. Maybe I'll open this one tomorrow.
That would probably be a better
Okay.
idea.
And she pulls out.
A common.
Yeah, it's not bad, but again, it's not nearly as fancy as the one she pulled out at first. And then she reaches up, sort of on tiptoe, kisses you on the cheek. Good night, and
Good night.
goes upstairs.
I'll try and compose myself for a moment after that. What was that? Can I make a perception?
That was the ghost of
with that
Christmas
camera?
past laughing at you.
Perception check.
That was the ghost
That
of
was
Christmas
something
future.
terrifying.
14.
You don't see anything.
Oh, creepy!
Oh.
I will bring Ingir on my shoulder, and with his ask him to take a look around with his 20 feet of blind sight, or his 10 feet. Sorry.
He doesn't see anything either.
We'll give him the bottle of wine to get and have him fly it to Simi.
Wait, did you get her a bottle of wine too?
No, I gave the
Okay,
money to the dragon.
Yeah.
What money?
I never gave you the money.
When you poofed him out to bring him back, all of the coins fell wherever he was.
So there was some guy walking down the street who's like,
That was in the cloister.
Yeah.
Master Itzad comes out of a closet and just.
I also like the idea that it did move with the coins, but it's hiding its hoard.
Nope. He dropped them where they were,
Void
and
space coins.
some hours later, Master Itzad comes out of his meditation room, and as he's walking along, he hears something, and he hears metal on stone, and he looks down, and he's kicked like this. It's not a lot. It's 2 or 3 silver pieces is all. And he just sort of cocks his eye and he looks around. And he reaches down and grabs the money and puts it in his robe.
Waste not, want not.
So later in the evening, at your window, so later in the evening, at your window, you hear.
Oh, wait, okay, this is a good thing.
Oh, right.
Let's have a conversation first.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah, if he's coming directly to me and he can read my thoughts
so-
his window.
He knows
So-
what's said.
Oh god, that just got really weird.
What?
All right, so
Yep.
so your conversation with the two of you were going to go and have a conversation with the order mother.
That one first. I'm just gonna follow your lead on this.
It's usually a good idea.
No, I firmly disagree, but at this particular point, for the sake of what we are accomplishing, it would look strange for me to sit in there for the entire conversation, so.
I'll tell you in detail what goes on, I promise.
Fine.
Cards on the table, right?
Yeah. Cards on the table.
I think this needs to be like our new motto.
Cards on the table. I don't have any cards to put on the table
That you know.
that I know of.
That's your card.
Oh, that's my. I have a card. I'm worried.
You wrote it.
Oh, I wrote it. Okay,
That
that's
is
right.
quite literally your card.
I see. I
So
forgot
there,
about
so there is a young acolyte standing or sitting at a writing desk right outside the order mother's
Is
quarters.
this the same one from earlier?
No, it's a different one. Yes, can I help you?
Would you introduce me?
that. This is Master. I almost said Master. It's the wrong one. This is Master Rosk from the capital. We have business with the order mother.
Just a moment, please. And he gets up from the desk and he walks over and lightly knocks on the door and shows himself in. You hear a quiet conversation, and then he comes back out. It is quite late, but she will see you.
It should be short,
Bow.
please.
And he holds the door open for you, and as you walk in, you do see that she has actually, she is not in her vestments. She's actually wearing a very modest nightgown. Her hair is down. You've not seen her in such a relaxed state in your time here. So this is sort of new to you. Yes, my children, how can I help you this evening?
Enjoying a nice glass of cranberry juice before bed.
She's so cute.
I concluded some business with the Imperial Garrison. There is someone currently residing down in your cells.
You saw the reports then were true?
It appears to be that way, yes.
How
Although more-
tragic.
More, what's the word I want?
Investigation, interrogation.
More investigation is needed into the matter.
Well, it is so very tragic when those in my charge fall to such dark arts.
Can I insight check that? Did she know about this before?
Make an insight check.
Too.
The order mother planner.
Natural 20 for 24.
She's full of it. She knew it. She's just trying to. She is just trying to make sure that those from the capital think that she's been doing her job.
I do have some unfortunate business. It should be a short conversation. However, I was going to ask, could we have Simi perhaps take food, sustenance of some sort, down to the prisoner?
Of course, it would not do for the prisoner to lose strength while awaiting trial.
Certainly.
Simi, do get rations from the kitchens. Once you are finished with that, do make sure that Master Rusk's rooms are prepared for him.
Yes, Quartermother.
Thank you.
And I skedaddle.
She is a sweet one.
She is indeed.
I do. I don't wish to pry, you understand, but I have heard reports, rumors. Perhaps you and she were close in her last posting.
Indeed, we do have something of a history, yes.
Ha. What other matter did you have to discuss?
This is not something that I enjoy. However, the Imperial Garrison feels that the cloister has in some way failed in spotting a magic user. Now, I am tasked with finding them, not yourselves. I just wanted you to know that this, and I'm gonna... there's a table in between us, right?
There is. She does have a writing desk in the room. She's not sitting at it right
Okay.
now.
Is there a chair nearby her?
Yeah. She's actually sitting in an armchair.
Okay, is there one that is...
There's another one close by. Yeah.
Okay, so I will pull that over,
Mhm.
and I will gesture for her hand, and I'm going to go, this is your slap on the wrist. Consider yourself duly chastised, and I'll kiss her hand.
Of course. Thank you. You are entirely too kind in such matters, Master Rosk.
Not at all. Such subversives slip by unnoticed because they are masters of deceit.
Yes, I do remember one time, and she looks like she's gearing up to tell a story.
Now, unfortunately, I do have to make a ride tomorrow. I needed to see if there was a way I could requisition a horse, perhaps.
Oh dear, we are short of horses at the moment.
That's all right. That's all right.
I do have
Old stubborn mule.
I do have a pair of mules. We are not requiring. They most often pull our plows and.
No. I could not put you out in such a
Well,
way.
it's autumn, dear. There's no plowing to be done. So
But plowing comes around every year. It's fine. We'll make do.
send them back with Seedy.
They'll know the way.
So you would like Simi to go to the capital?
Well, I assumed you would ask for her services in this matter. She has helped you quite so much in this, yes?
Well, that is true. Unfortunately, the nature of my business is not fully concluded on my path back. Never mix business with pleasure. So unfortunately, I will be making a journey myself.
Take her with you as far as Lamont's Wells.
I can do that.
Wow.
Hey, that gives you like a month of free time. Of paid
2
vacation.
weeks. 2 weeks.
It's
Two
going
weeks
to
to
Lamont
kick
Wells.
his ass.
Yeah.
That's true.
Week and a half.
Except I don't think they're actually going all the way to Lamont's Wells.
No.
That's what it needs to do.
Definitely
But they
not.
have to be gone that long.
True.
Yes. Well, thank you for your time. I must retire as I plan on making an early start in the morning.
Of course.
Now, sleep well yourself.
Mischievous old woman.
Good night, Master Ross.
They all
At one point in my mind, I was just like, when you were inside, I was like, oh, you know too much.
I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Locks the door.
That would have been a 12-year-old boy disguised as a man.
I can't do that, John.
Open the door there, Hal. Can't do that for you.
That, John.
I love that.
So then she sort of ushers you out the door.
I will make sure to make a good report.
Thank you. And she gently closes the door behind you.
And then I'm headed back to my rooms.
You wait by the door, just.
I would probably.
I will drop faster than Adrian. Or sorry, faster than Killian.
Don't worry, we knew what you meant.
Would I already have the wine by this point in time?
Not at this point.
Okay, I'll wait to enjoy that later. So yeah, I would be probably standing by the door to show you in.
To provide her services.
Oh.
I got out of there really fast.
Actually, really impressed.
So when you first see him, do make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Because you're alone together. Oh, this could be it. This is it. Or you could
I
spend
have a
inspiration.
bunch of inspiration.
But it would be so much more fun if
It
you
would
failed.
be so much more fun, and I don't know what else we're gonna get into. So yeah, I'm gonna go with the roll this time. So
Which was a 2.
yeah, it's just gonna be 5. How?
So as he comes around the corner, you forget yourself for a moment, and it's Akurai.
I got the walk down.
And all of those memories, the good and the bad, come washing over you.
You see me kind of like I'm.
Serious moment.
I'm sure, because we've done so well with those so far this evening.
I missed the other one, so.
I'll show you later.
Yeah. So, like, you could probably figure out what happens inside her brain. Like, you see this recognition on her face, and she physically, like, kind of stumbles backward into the wall, and kind of immediately turns to start walking away.
Sammy, we need to talk.
Which voice are you using?
He only has one
That's
eye.
Yeah.
gonna snap you at that point. I think that's gonna be a break point if you
Full
want one.
Gallop, unless, like, am I fighting or flighting?
Oh, that depends.
I mean, what are you? That's gonna be entirely up to you.
I start bolting.
I will keep composure and follow.
This is gonna go great.
You just can't leave.
So you hear actually Alma's voice in your head as I'm casting message. Sammy, come back, we really have to talk. As soon as we're in the room, I'll drop this.
Is that enough?
I will leave that up to you.
There's this delay in the dawning. So for
I mean, you're
a minute,
probably
like,
well out of
she's-
sight at this point, but I'm
Yeah.
keeping up the facade and just walking.
Gotcha. But eventually you kind of start hearing the footsteps slow a little bit. But she doesn't turn around the corner again.
Okay. I'm just gonna stop there actually and sort of shake my head like I forgot something, turn around and walk back, and as I'm walking back, I'm going to point backwards at you and say, I will be changed, meet me in my room.
So it takes a few minutes for her to go back.
As you're kind of standing there, stock still in the courtyard, you're kind of staring at nothing, but sort of in the direction of the fountain in the center. You feel a little weight land on your shoulder. You kind of look up, and it's the pseudo-dragon, and he's got a bottle of wine in his mouth, and he's holding it out to you.
And he's that big?
I mean, he's big enough to I mean, it's the bottle is as big as the bottle is as big as he is, but he's able to manage it.
That's weird, but okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just like uncork it and
And
Drink
at that,
a lot
I mean,
of it right
as
there.
you're doing that, the pseudo dragon flies off.
and I'll like tuck it into. I don't know. Are the robes baggy enough? I can just kind of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can slide it,
I'm just
up an arm.
slide it into my sleeve and start kind of walking back.
So I'll go back into the room. I'm gonna pull out another shirt. I'm
Okay.
gonna go ahead and change.
Okay.
And I will, in a couple minutes after that, open the door.
I'm sorry.
That was almost cute.
I wasn't trying to be cute. I really am. I'm sorry. I know this is hard. I just couldn't think of another way.
I understand. So firstly, I need for you to not read my thoughts again without asking.
Excuse me, what?
I need for you to not read my thoughts again before asking. I could have drawn something for you. I was going to.
That was not me. Cards on the freaking table. That was not me.
You swear to me?
I thought that was you.
Oh God, no! If I knew, I would have,
No, that's.
the memory that wasn't that.
I think I would have appreciated that. Although it did a lot. Never mind. I was real accurate though.
Yeah, you're real accurate.
More accurate than you know.
No, just as accurate as she is.
Yeah, she kind of.
Anyway, so, can I see the bottle?
Make a perception check against your sleight of hand.
Where did my die go? There it is. No, I was just looking for one of them and I couldn't see it.
Oh, that ended up being
Nope. It doesn't matter.
17.
It was only like 7, so.
So
Yeah.
nope.
I just downed like half a bottle though, so you might be able to smell it on me.
That smell.
Wouldn't be nearly as bad as like hard liquor smell, but it would still not be great.
Wait, you or Alma?
Me. Alma doesn't have a.
Opinion.
Yeah. Okay. So, just had a conversation. I'm pretty sure she knows.
I think she has to know.
Well, I gave her a proverbial slap on the wrist. That's not going anywhere. So,
I think they more than just know. I think that they've supported her and she's supported them.
she might be able to from outside of town. But if she gets caught by the garrison again, jig's up and we're in a lot of trouble.
I understand.
So, anyway, I gave her a sort of slap on the wrist, like I said. Although I didn't let on that I knew that she knew. I also, apparently it's fairly common knowledge that you and Akurai had a bit of a thing. Because she asked me about it.
I would not have thought that would have gotten out very far.
Well, I mean, she did take you in. She might have asked around. It's clear she's not quite the... She's not who she pretends to be.
I don't think it's either. And I don't understand how they were able to get as much information as that. It could be worth asking. I don't know.
I don't know that Akurai should be here that long.
Oh,
He's got to go first thing in the morning. Now, you could ask, of course, but he needs to go. Because the longer he's here, the more of a liability he is. Because I assume he's back in the capital currently.
I would assume that is accurate.
That being said, I have arranged for Akurai to be leaving first thing in the morning. She tried to send you with me. Fair warning. I declined, but I was supposed to take you as far as Lamont's Wells. So we're gonna need to be out of town for a while. That actually works out in our favor because we need to go find, Kendai, thank you.
Why'd you tell him?
The moment had passed.
Fine.
That does make sense.
So, you wanted to talk.
Well, the first part was regarding the whole getting into my head thing. I kind of wish that it would have been you, because that would make things a little easier to understand. Because at this point, the pseudo dragon's been sending crayon pictures, and that was not a crayon picture.
Nope.
Because that was pulled from your memory.
So there.
That was a still life.
There were
Well,
only,
his name does mean devoted heart, love, and soul in Draconic, so.
So that was one of 3 options that I had in my head, and I'm not sure how much I like the other 2 that I thought of.
So, I know that that's probably an issue. However, it did let some dots connect for me that a drawing might not have connected.
About that's
Yeah.
a thing that I wanted to ask
I think
about.
you and I both need to talk to my dad. But I don't know that the timing is right.
That's good, because I might throw up.
Would it be so bad to be related to my dad?
No, just like having to have the conversation would be like I'm getting.
Butterflies, I gotcha.
Yeah. Like I didn't mean.
No, you're fine.
I really like your parents, except for that brief moment that I thought that your dad might be a bad guy. In which case, I thought I was gonna have to kill him, and that was a whole nother can of weird.
Before you decide to kill my dad, could you just, let me know?
Oh, yeah, I mean, you were in the room, so it wasn't gonna happen without your permission, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Hey, I'm gonna kill your dad. Is that cool?
Yo.
But I don't know that Akurai knows. Like, he never mentioned anything about having been brought there.
I mean, I could be wrong. It just, the similarity is striking.
No, when you held that up, that was real eerie, and a little uncomfortable. But
Do you think my dad is cute? Never mind. I actually have a favor to ask. And it's gonna
I'm
be...
still real weirded out by that last question, Alma.
Well, they look some...
They do, but
I
he's old enough to
I have
be
a
my
favor
dad.
to ask.
Okay, yes.
And it's not gonna be an easy one.
Not into older women. Or older men. Duly noted.
I want to put something of a ceremony together for Adrian. I'm gonna look
We
around
already
the
talked
room.
about this?
No, I had you guys write these out of character.
Oh, okay.
No, but you said that you wanted to do something.
I thought you
Yeah, but
were
he said you wanted to do something at a later date. He didn't
Okay.
say what it was.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
But it was Adrian, so...
Is there any
it was
paper in the
Alma.
room?
Yeah, it was.
There's probably a few sheets.
Like a writing table or something?
On a writing desk, yeah. In case you needed to write a letter or missive or something.
Right. I'm gonna go ahead and hand you a quill and paper and say, would you write down a memory of him for me? It can be personal. I'm not gonna share it with anybody, I promise. Other people's I probably will share. I have an idea for something. But if you could write it down for me.
I mean, I will, but like you can kind of see she's getting a little teary-eyed. Wow, most of my memories with my brother, they were not my brother.
I know. And that's
Yuts.
I know that's hard, and that's kind of... I'm worried about you. None of us have had a real chance to deal with this. And I think this will help. It won't be real closure because I'm not a doctor, but I want to help. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you.
How adorable.
I can see that you're hurting. I have one written down too. He and I used to play at being swordsmen, and we'd hit each other with sticks, and he told me that dreams can be more than just fantasies.
If you would like the exact quote, just follow your heart and let it guide you.
Yeah. So, anyway, if you wouldn't mind, and then why don't we just talk like old times? Also, it might help sell things if you stay here tonight.
That's fine.
I'll sleep on the floor, don't worry. I've got...
I
No. I will sleep on the floor tonight.
I can assure you I am far more comfortable on the floor than you would be.
Fine, we'll both sleep on the floor.
No. You made the bed. This is your bed.
You now have to lie.
Please.
Okay.
All right, so the two of you stay up talking late into the night. The next morning, Milo, you wake up and there are a handful of
Did I make sure you don't drink?
notes that your mother has slipped under your
Oh,
door.
okay. Oh boy.
Each of them is sealed. Each of them has the name of one of your companions on it. Alma, Cabbage, Killian, Mizuki.
Okay.
Obviously, there's not one for May because she already knows that
When
something
is
has
this
happened. From your mother's reckoning tonight, about dinner time.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Did I know this? Did she remember to tell me?
She did. Yeah, she did. She asked you
Okay,
if you were okay with having a dinner, just the three of you,
It might be a good
to celebrate your
opportunity to
birthday.
talk.
She did not.
Except she's supposed to be out of town.
She did not, however, happen to mention that she was going to invite your friends because she didn't know she was
Oh no.
until later.
Yep.
Oh.
Do you remember that this is happening this day?
Remember?
Like, she said that it was going to be tonight.
Yes.
Yes.
Then yes.
Well,
I
you know
would
your
have.
your guys are gonna sneak back in.
No, as I say, you can always sneak back into town.
Yeah.
The winery's out on the edge of town.
Yeah.
Zoom out.
I would bring that up in our conversations.
It's gonna be tight, but we might be able to make it work as long as none of the house servants are there.
House servants, how rich do you think my mother is?
I mean, you have at least Adrian's old
We have
crush.
workers.
Yeah, they're more
Employees.
employees of the winery. They're not so much house servants.
Okay.
For house servants,
That
you have
would
to
be the manor.
Or
Speaking of, make me a constitution check.
Ding 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 ding.
Is this a check or a save? Because I actually don't
Yeah,
have a
draw.
negative to my save.
Okay, so it's a save.
Natural 20!
That old elven magic.
So you wake up in the morning and it's like your mouth is a little
I
cottony,
hate that.
but other than that, you seem to have weathered it okay. You look around, you're in your old room in the manor. most of your childhood stuff is still there. Old old bard posters on the wall, bardic groups that you were female bardic groups that you had.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
Elf girls.
The Slayers.
Iron Maiden.
Valkyries.
I'm pretty sure I didn't. Did I start here? I'm gonna come out and see if anybody else is in the manor.
Okay. The servants are about busily doing their chores, dusting, sweeping, mopping, making sure everything is nice and clean and the way that your grandfather and grandmother expect things to be. Well, more your granddad than your grandmother.
How much do I remember from the drinking last night?
You remember getting to the tavern.
Four.
You remember getting to the tavern. You remember ordering that first drink.
First and only.
And after that, it gets real hazy real quick.
Well, so much for having a really good alibi. I'm gonna see if my granddad's still in the building.
He's sitting at the dining room table. He's got his head in his hands. There is a plate of food, but it's like pushed off to the side. There's a cup of tea, calf actually, sitting at his hand. But he's ignoring that too, and he's just sort of sitting there.
Did you know that is not called tea in other places?
Why are you yelling?
To be fair, yes, I did.
Secondly,
And secondly, be quiet, would you? Oh.
I take it then you don't remember anything from last night either.
No, I'm not even sure how we got back here.
Oh, James.
Well, I feel fine.
I hate you.
So, I'm gonna leave you here. I'm gonna go, yep, bye.
in the morning, Cabbage would be heading to the manor because she figures they're not going to remember anything.
Okay. So about the time that you step out onto the front porch, here comes Cabbage bebopping up the side of the house.
Morning.
You look surprisingly well.
I'm going to assume you know what happened last night.
You don't remember anything, do you?
I remember ordering drinks. And that's about it.
So I came to find you, and you were so shit-faced drunk, you couldn't say actual words. It was a lot like...
Wait, was my grandfather this way too?
Oh, exactly like that. And,
This
yeah.
is worth further study.
Oh, good. Good. Now he's gonna be an alcoholic too.
It's going around.
but we should probably go inside, so I can tell you and your granddad what I was going to tell you last night, but you weren't conscious enough to hear.
Okay, but you're gonna have to speak at like half your normal volume and like half your normal speed.
He's not taking it as well.
Oh no, I'm fine. I feel great.
Yeah.
Actually, I think I might have gotten the best night's sleep I've ever gotten. He's not feeling so great.
You got taken home in a car.
That sounds about right.
A tuba, to be exact.
Wait, did lots of people see us there?
Oh yeah.
Okay, good. So alibi still works.
You have a
Still
real
works.
good alibi. I talked to the bartender to get you home. Don't worry,
Great,
you've got a
great,
solid
wonderful.
alibi. You didn't
Yeah,
even.
no, sure.
James.
What?
James.
Oh yeah, James helped me. James did see you. I'm sorry about that, but
Wait, James helped you and we actually got home? Like there were no detours, there
I
were
mean,
no...
I was there.
Yeah, but he...
Give him a little ball.
No, you do
credits.
not understand
I will walk up at this point. having-
exactly how bad he is.
Who's bad?
Maybe he.
James.
Oh, who's he?
Right.
He's a second job than he is at your job.
He tried to make a fork and made a spoon instead. I don't think you understand just how bad he is at his job.
But he made a spoon, so now he doesn't have to do the rest of
But he
the
was
rest of the
supposed
set.
to
He
make
still now has to make
a
the spoon
fork.
and the fork.
The order, the job was for a fork. But he
wants
didn't
just
make
one
one.
fork. Why don't you guys get the
It
whole
wasn't an
set?
actual job, it was a test to see if he could make a fork. Apparently, not when he needs to.
Do all you guys just
So
use
we
one
got
utensil?
directly here, no
Yes.
problem. Then why does he only suck when we need him to be good at things?
I mean, I needed him to be good at getting you
Well,
home.
Killian, have you ever thought that he just sucks in comparison to you? Who is...
Because
and/or
everyone who works there sucks in comparison to me.
Yeah.
That is not what we're discussing. We're discussing how he sucks in comparison to everyone else who works there.
Okay, you can rant about James later. Let's go talk
That's
to
a
your
good
grandpa.
point, okay.
Oh, we're supposed to, I guess we're supposed to be quiet or something.
Yeah, like half your... actually, you probably just shouldn't talk.
Why?
He's had a rough night.
They were really, really, really drunk. I mean, you saw me with the cart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's just drunk and I should be quiet.
Yeah, he's got a
He's
really bad
very
hangover.
hungover.
Okay.
Or
I've dealt with people like that before.
Great. So, don't talk.
Oh,
What?
here. I hand you guys 2 envelopes.
was this?
What's this?
An invitation.
To...
A party.
Why are we having a party?
Well,
Does this seem like the kind of time for a
uh,
party?
You're gonna have to elaborate.
well, I've never had a healthy relationship with a mother before, so
That's
my
fair.
mother is supposed to be Adrian's mother is very, very convincing. So
Convincing of what?
so apparently, Simi May,
Right.
her birthday's today by her maths. So
It's actually
she wants.
last week.
Yeah.
Shush.
Okay.
So she wants to do a party tonight.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's gonna be a problem.
Is that...
Oh, actually, I don't know
necessarily
where you're
that-
going. Never
yeah.
mind.
To be fair, that would probably be the easiest to get us all in the same room.
Okay.
But
well,
you're.
Yeah, dealing with that later.
Yeah.
You have stuff to tell us.
Yeah, let's go to your
So I'm
granddad.
gonna open the door.
I will be quiet.
Close the door, turn out the sun.
I close the door as I normally would, so it's not very quiet. Yeah, you'd think after all this time you'd have some sort of, like, remedy or trick.
I normally do. It's your grandmother.
That's fair. That's a good point. So Cabbage is here to tell us some stuff, apparently.
Okay.
So,
Speak for the camera too, though.
Drop above my
I.
finger, would that help? If I just drown him with.
I don't think you should go drowning.
No.
No.
I think he's already been drowned too much.
Not drowned.
Yeah, go for it.
Drowned in poison.
I mean,
Yeah, no.
Okay. I'll continue.
So, you were very drunk last night.
Oh, right, Cabbage is the one who brought us home.
I brought you
apparently.
home.
Okay.
Apparently we were in a cart.
That explains it.
Yeah, it's the cart they usually use to get the drunks home.
Okay.
I'm sorry about your image. It was very public.
What's that?
Apparently we were speaking some sort of weird babbling language, you and I.
It was really funny.
We're gonna have to try this again sometime.
I would demonstrate, but I think you might kill me.
Get on with it.
He told me to talk slow.
Okay.
Quiet.
So he also said slow.
So, Alma and Simi got your wife to the cloister. She's in a cell, but she's very comfortable. We talked about a plan because Alma didn't actually tell anybody what he was doing.
Okay.
Wait,
Yes.
what? Well, I mean, he told me. I knew what we were doing. I mean, I had a rough outline of.
You knew.
The problem is that you don't tell us.
Communication.
Well, I kind of ran out of time because they wanted to take me in for questioning. We'll talk later.
Sorry.
He's gonna have
would've
like a
been
master class.
real
About
They wanted to
communicating.
bring me in for
Yes.
questioning. I didn't really have a lot of time to explain it to anybody else.
Well, nobody
Continue.
knew.
All right.
So,
She's gonna have to sit down with
We
everyone.
need to have
They-
Alma in this discussion as well later.
they're going to take her to Lamont Sweats.
Okay.
I think today. I think now, actually.
Okay.
Obvious-
I should probably make an appearance in pro.
You know what? You know what? I don't actually think you do. I think anyone who saw you last night will know exactly where you were this whole time.
And he just kind of
We're gonna have
Just
a
right on the
moment
floor.
here.
doesn't just there's no bucket, just there, and
That's really inconsiderate.
tell me about it. You would think that they would make such drinks to not have this effect.
Anyway. So, they're going to take her to Lamont Swells, and they're actually going to take her to the safe house that Draxus is doing something with.
Right. He should have prepared something so we could keep her out of sight till we have a more permanent solution.
Alright, and then your grandma seems to know things.
Well, yes, she is very old and has seen lots of things, so she knows
She
lots of
drinks and
things.
she knows
Crafty.
things.
Yes, she does knit. Other things.
Sometimes you're a bit dense.
Well, you're gonna have to be a lot more specific than crafty.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that was not a secret anymore.
No. Right, not a secret. So, yeah, that's the plan. Alma's going to do that thing. Simi is at the cloister with them, and apparently we have a party tonight.
Not you, us.
You're
Don't
not
worry
you.
about it.
I don't know how that's part of the play.
Neither do I.
It's not.
That's when we're having our meeting to figure out what happens next.
Oh, is that what that is? So
I
it's
mean,
not
I
an
think
actual
it'd be-
party.
Wait,
I'm
parties.
confused.
Yeah,
It's
so am I.
fine. I just needed to let you. I was trying to tell you all this last night. It was not happening. That's why I'm here this morning.
Oh, well, that's. Thank you. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you.
Yes, I think you need to like lay down or something.
I've been laying down all night.
No, not all night.
Have you tried, like, putting on wet socks?
I
Sometimes that helps
heard-
me. Yeah, just, like, dip them, get them really wet, and
Make
then
sure
you
he
put them
lays
on.
on his
Alright,
so he doesn't
Somebody
vomit.
told me raw turnips are supposed to help.
Well, let's go.
And on that note, I think we'll leave you to your yep.
And he goes off again.
Alright. So, party. Do we have to get presents and things? We had to for Alma's party.
So I assume we're outside now.
Yeah.
So, right, so is this like, I'm a little confused. Is this a party, or is this a pretend party?
It's a party. But
Okay.
while we're there, we can also talk about what to do
She
next.
can cry if she wants
Yeah, but
to.
won't Adrian and won't his mother be there in the room?
Yeah.
So you want to talk about the fact that you're not him
No.
in front of his mother?
I didn't think that far.
Obviously.
So maybe we like meet outside after the party or something.
Well,
Or outside before the party.
why don't we just meet? Why don't we go find out where the safe house is and we just meet there?
Well, I mean, I think that was the plan, but we also don't. I mean, we can't meet with everybody.
Well, we can meet with like the us.
Should probably invite Mizu.
Yeah, so let's go
Probably
get
important.
Mizu, and we will
Milo.
find out where the safe house is and see if we can't
You
sneak in there.
have a invitation for.
Because I'm sure everyone will assume I am also suffering from the ill effects of last night's escapades.
Yeah.
Not
if you-
everyone knows.
Well, I mean, there were a lot of people that saw him. Oh well. Yeah, if you come out with me, you could like put a hat over your head and wobble in things.
Okay.
Just pretend like I
will,
dragged you
I will
out.
put a big hat, get a jacket, pull it up, walk around like this.
Okay. All right.
We meet up with Mizuki.
Okay. So you guys go to the tavern and meet up with Mizuki. So what do you? Go ahead. What were you going to
I
say?
was going to say when I see her hand her an invitation.
Later.
Later.
We'll explain later. It's a very long explanation because some people aren't very good about thinking ahead.
I
I
had
can open the invitation.
I had
Okay.
had
Can read.
individuals for that. So.
Dear Mizuki, I know you are one of May's closest friends. I would ask that you join us tonight for a celebration of her birthday, which occurred a week past. Deidre.
I don't see any problem with it.
But right now, you should come with us so we can have a meeting.
How are we going to get to
What
the?
happened
How are we going to do the other
yesterday?
two?
Well, they should be going there. Yes, about what happened yesterday. They should be going there, according to what Cabbage just said.
Except we don't know
Oh,
where is
but
where.
do they know where the safe house is?
Well, I told Alma last night that there was a safe house, so
So-
I assume he's gonna find out.
Oh god, we're so doomed.
I don't think he
I don't
knew.
think he knows. Knowing Alma, he doesn't.
You know what we should do?
This was not his part of the plan.
No, I understand.
Okay, so we need
So
to.
meanwhile, at the cloister,
Give me a piece of
Simi, did you polish off the bottle of wine last night?
Would you have noticed that I was drinking it?
If you were in the room with me, yes. Because we're sitting talking.
I probably would have had some, yes, and it started off as a half empty bottle when you saw it. So throughout the night, if we stayed up most of the night talking, it probably would have ended up downed.
Alma would have asked to share some to stop you from drinking the whole bottle.
And she would have definitely obliged.
So she drank the whole bottle minus one swallow.
Yeah, pretty much. I am going to need a Constitution saving throw from you for the morning.
Oh, good. This will look awesome if you walk out drugged.
This one I'm gonna spend some of these inspiration for. You've been so good with the nat 20s. What are you doing to me now? That's better.
Somehow immune to the
Okay.
effects of alcohol.
So, and
It's
it's
going to require further
So it's just
experimentation.
the +2. So 21.
Okay. So you get off without an actual
20 on
hangover
that save.
for the next morning.
Go home
You
in a
would
cardigan.
have noticed, although we can do some of that like off screen if you want to, but you would have noticed that like as she was getting tired, like if she kind of dozed a little bit, you could see Akurai's face just a little bit in front of her, almost like
okay.
a thought, like you could almost see what she was imagining, and there were like little flashes of Adrian, and she would like and take a swig from the wine bottle.
So, if this is minor illusion, I would recognize that, yeah? Because that's like one of my go-tos.
I wouldn't be intentionally casting it, so I mean you would probably understand the effect.
Make an Arcana check.
Oops. Okay. 16?
That might actually be, that's going to be enough for you to recognize
spell,
it.
so.
Yeah, especially since it's a spell that you are familiar with.
Cat's out of the bag now.
I just curl up on the floor and go to sleep.
Pull the blanket off of the bed and throw it over you, and sort of like cozy up with a pillow against the wall.
So when the two of you wake up in the morning, see me, you are on the floor.
I make sure to change back before I go to
And
sleep.
Alma is sort of pressed up against you.
As
No.
I against the wall.
I was about to say, no,
Oh,
not
up against the
me.
wall?
Yeah, so I've taken a pillow and sat back against a wall.
Okay. So
He's
never
mean
mind.
to me. He's not that mean to me.
Okay. So he's so Alma is down on the floor as well.
That he's not
Yeah.
Alma.
Right.
So,
It's alright just if anybody walked in or checked on us.
I understand. It's okay. So, and we would have had the conversation at some point about the party thing.
Yeah.
So I've been thinking about this, and it dawns on me. I feel like instead of trying to sneak out, sneak in, sneak out, maybe it would just be better to say that you have some business to attend to at the winery first, before we leave town.
Okay. Timing is going to be hard because we have to get far enough out of town to make sure that we're not being followed. I don't want anybody from the garrison seeing that we are taking a detour.
That's fair. Well, in that case, I suppose we should probably head out now so that we can get...
Unless I snuck out without you. That would give us an easy... You could then attend the party without fear of repercussion.
You don't know about the party.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, she told him.
Oh.
We don't know about the meeting at the
Right,
party.
okay.
Or that everyone else is going to be there.
No, they do not.
Yeah, at this point, Simi thinks it is
Just
just
the three of them.
the three of them.
Maybe it would be easy enough to just send word to have it rescheduled.
It's up to you.
Can't be... I mean, I've never celebrated my birthday before. I'm sure we could wait a week.
But this isn't really about you.
Wait, what?
This is a birthday party for you, but it is not just for you. You know that this is for your mother too, right?
Yeah, you have to get us all presents for your birthday.
Well,
I mean, this is more about her wanting to do something for you than it is about your birthday.
well, we have to pass by it anyway, right? Do we?
Not really. It's
Yeah, because isn't it
so
over here?
the
No.
that's the winery
Oh.
there, and the cloister is there. This is the main road out of town.
I mean,
We could swing wide and just see if she would be amicable to shifting it.
or we could sneak you back in. That wouldn't be terribly difficult.
I would prefer that you not be out on the road by yourself.
I won't be. I will be with
Okay.
you, sneaking you back into town.
Am I the only person that just... Okay.
Yep.
We are going to leave now. We are going to make sure we're not followed. We're going to get off of the road
Back into town.
and come back.
Okay. That's...
We also are supposed to find out somehow where this safe house is located.
Huh.
Quick, someone have your pen.
That should have been a thing.
Yeah, we need to somehow talk to Draxus. So,
Okay.
Which is on your way out of town.
I suppose we might need to get supplies, but I assume that we're supposed to get those here.
Fair enough.
So that makes things a little more difficult.
There would be some things that they wouldn't just keep on hand here, so...
So do you want to play servant and go get those?
I mean, it
I'm
would
sorry.
make worse...
I don't like it.
Well, it's sweet of you, but it makes sense.
Also, then you won't have to see my not face.
I'm not gonna argue with that. I'll go get supplies and talk to Draxus.
Okay, I will go take food down to our prisoner.
Okay. And I'm gonna go into town, I guess. And
As you open the door and step out into the hall, one of the acolytes is standing there. And it's the one that you remember from the cells last night.
I'm just gonna look out the door and wink.
And she turns and sort of scurries back up the hallway.
I mean, that is what we were going for.
Yeah. God, that's weird. Okay. And then I rush off.
And then you rush off.
Bright red.
Okay. And you're heading into town?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna try and get the information from Drax's.
I believe that going to Draxus is where we would be going
Yes.
to find out the same information.
Yes.
All right. So as so you'll get to the blacksmith's forge first. Draxus is there, as is his normal place, pounding away on iron on his anvil. I'll be right with you.
I can't stay too long. I have a trip that has to be made.
Do you have all of the?
He's real bad at this.
Well, he's thinking
I'm
I'll
terrible.
just show up.
I'm terrible. You sort of hear him under his breath. I'm terrible at this.
I just go in.
You do have all of your accommodations for the trip, lass?
Interesting you should say that. We seem to be missing a few things.
What are you missing, and can I provide it?
What is he doing? Please let us see
His sneaky voice. He's Russian when he's being sneaky.
James is sort of pounding away on the anvil, not even on the iron.
You're gonna kill somebody with that kid. Just.
Oh, sorry, mistress.
Could I have a word, Draxus? We can arrange what we might need.
Aye. And about this time, the rest of you show up.
Hi.
We were just going to discuss the provisions for her trip.
God, he's so bad at this.
Okay.
Please tell me you didn't do that in front of people.
Oh,
Just James.
Just James.
James isn't people.
That's all right. Okay, let's go discuss provisions for your trip. Is that what we're calling it now?
Yeah.
Aye. And he ushers you into the back, which is obviously the place where he's been spending most of his evenings. He's got it. It started off obviously as a storeroom, but he's got sort of a cot and a little stove that he can cook on there.
I'm going to take this opportunity to remind you, you do actually own a home in town.
Aye.
So
Not that I understand. I also sleep in my shop, but just thought I'd remind you.
But the basement needs work.
Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you realize that there's things that need to be done, so you just do them.
Yes, many's the project I've gotten started in the middle of the night.
Right?
I mean, can you make yourself a sleeping
Anyway.
potion?
Yeah.
notebook.
So you sleep?
Why would I want to sleep when I could be making things?
Anyway, Draxus.
Aye.
First off, we need to know where the location.
Yes. And
My house.
Convenient.
he actually pulls out a scroll and he hands it over to you. It is a hastily sketched map that actually has it leads out to the east, down the road. Looks like it might. It's hard to tell because it's not drawn to any particular scale, but it's got landmarks on it that should be easy enough to find. And out that direction, there's an old dwarven watchtower ruin, and the basement of it has been sort of fixed up as a place that is good as a hideout.
Okay.
So, I can't help but notice that that is the opposite direction that I think you guys are leaving.
Yes, but we'll figure out a roundabout way, I suppose.
So either leave south, and if anyone asks, say that you're, let's see, because the plan is to say that you're taking her back, right? So say that you're taking
precautions.
right, exactly. You're being safe to make sure that there's no surprises waiting for you on the road. You're taking a roundabout path, and then when you can, cut east instead, or have my grandmother fly to the safe house when you guys get off the road. Which do you want to do?
You're supposed to be gone for 2 weeks.
Huh.
Wait, 4 weeks, huh? Because isn't it 2 weeks there and 2 weeks
And it's
back?
about a week and a half.
So that's
So
really
Because
2 to 3
we
weeks.
were gonna meet all of you at that location, but if you're gonna just have her fly there, you two won't be there. Only she will. And we'll have to meet somewhere else.
Crap, I kind of wish Elma were here.
So make your
Yeah.
call.
Oh, don't worry. We've written instructions for him on this nicely written letter.
Well, it is our intent to, like, what
Are you letting
direction was
Mizuki
Kendai?
write it?
This is the invitation.
What do you mean, what direction
The what?
is Kendai?
This is the invitation.
Oh.
What do...
You know, I have paper.
We were intending on trying
I have
to help her as well.
So she's not dead.
Well, there's some confusion as to whether or not she is dead.
So there's also some confusion here because I don't know anything about where Kendai is.
Was that explained to someone at some
It
point?
was explained to Alma.
Ah,
Who told you?
who
Yeah.
told me?
But that has yet to get to me.
Sorry. Oh, so I will relay the information that Alma told me.
Would that have... What direction do I think that would have been?
You didn't get a direction.
But I did know what direction they left the
So-
grove.
They would have headed west.
And I know that
Here's
they
the
pulled
plan.
them off the south, that they pulled her in from the south,
Here's the
right?
I've got a
No,
plan.
they pulled her in from the west.
Okay.
What's
got a
your
plan.
idea?
So you and Alma take your grandmother south for maybe a couple hours, then have her go to the watchtower. You guys sneak back in for the party, and then we will meet her tomorrow at her grove.
Okay, that's fine, but then at that point, they should go out west like they're heading straight towards Lamont's Wells, and we'll just meet up with you guys.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
works.
that's
So we can just go straight out
let's
west.
meet up.
Except for the donkeys.
Let's meet up.
But they're supposed to...
Alma
oh,
could be
dang
bringing
it.
donkeys.
You're not there.
Nope.
So
But
let's,
she has the plan.
Yeah.
let's meet
This is Danny
Let's
struggling
meet
to
off
remember
the
things.
road.
not-
off the road where the bandits attacked us right before that bridge.
That's 2 days away.
Was that 2 days away?
Yeah, close.
Okay, never mind.
Travel half a day to and half a day back.
Yeah, I don't know where the best place to meet is then.
Honestly, we could meet there. It wouldn't be the worst thing. Like, we would slip in, slip back out, and go ahead and meet there. I would be okay with that.
Wait, meet where?
Then the 2 days out, because, I mean, if we're supposed to be gone for a long
but
time
what-
anyway.
We need to all meet together and figure out what's going on today.
Oh.
Because
Oh,
Kendai
you
is
meant
potentially in
today.
Right.
Okay.
I mean we'll meet you somewhere. So you
Gotcha.
guys leave like you're taking her, and then we'll meet up with you once you're able to pull off the trail.
Okay, so just, like, maybe,
My hideout might work.
what?
My hideout might work.
Yeah, maybe Alma's hideout?
Mm,
Or
I prefer somewhere a lot further out.
the Grove is out west, too?
The grove is north.
It's
North?
like
Towards the
what,
logging camp.
2 hours north of town.
Yeah, something like that.
I know
From
my
town,
directions,
what
let's know.
direction is the caves that we had found with
Which one?
the one Olmo was originally in?
That's going to be north and slightly east.
Okay.
It's like east of the logging camp.
Is there anywhere we would know of, just like having been
West.
around, like, oh, we'll meet like just off the trail, like half a mile past the old dead tree or something?
There is the
Yeah.
swimming hole.
There is the swimming hole.
Okay, then we'll.
There we
we'll-
go.
Milo would not have said that. I'm just reminding
Right.
everyone.
Just
that there is,
reminding
like,
everyone
the
else there is the
designated
swimming
town
hole.
swimming hole.
Okay.
Although Simi,
Simi's been there.
no, she
No,
hasn't.
she went to the.
She went to the bathhouse,
But Alma will know
and
where it
so
is.
did Mizuki.
Alma wouldn't know where it is.
Okay, you tell Alma we will meet near the swimming hole.
Okay.
He'll know where that is.
Okay.
We will head there shortly, and we will wait for you guys. Bring my grandmother, because we need to talk to her, apparently.
Oh yes, especially if we're gonna be searching and trying to help her with Kendai. I mean, she's
Right, so
Gonna
you
be
guys
with
take
us.
her out of town a little bit, make sure that nobody can see you.
yeah.
Cut back into the woods, and do your best to cover your tracks, and loop back around to the watering hole. We'll be waiting there for you.
And then we gotta go to the party.
Right.
You gotta go to the
Yes.
body.
Would you happen to have any clothes that I could borrow or something like that for coming back in? Because like the bright green robes are a little bit of a giveaway if I
I'm sure I have something.
Wait, the robes are green?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's the color of the Empire's green.
Mm-hmm.
green.
I
and
didn't
gold.
know that. Green and gold.
I'm
I-
certain I have something.
My little picture there somewhere has my robes.
Yep.
Oh, there it is.
I didn't catch that.
I was.
If
Meaning,
I'm
I've been
gonna
meaning
do
to ask what
something
like the
with
Empire colors are for so long.
Yeah, we
Green.
can go back to
Green.
my room.
Green and gold.
Or at least that's the order's colors.
That way, at least from a distance, nobody would
How
catch.
about we'll bring them. We'll bring the clothes to the watering hole.
That works fine.
That's fine.
After
That's a
we
good
leave
idea.
here, you should actually leave before us. I don't want anyone to
I'm
see
sure
us
we can-
leaving here
That's,
together right
that's
now.
a good idea. Okay, I will go ahead and head out then and gather the rest of the things that.
We will meet you at the swimming hole then.
Yes.
We'll pack a lunch.
So I'll go
Oh,
ahead and
yes.
gather any other supplies that we
will
might need
definitely
for
be
the
back.
trip and head back to I'll also call them Akarai, to Alma and
Okay.
tell him all of the stuff that was just said.
Blech.
So what are we doing with the donkeys? I think we just have to not take them. They are the biggest kink in our plan.
I would be comfortable not taking them.
Cool. You might want to tell your mother that. Or
Did you give Simi?
If we're meeting at the watering hole, that would be a better, more opportune
okay.
time. Yes.
Just making sure.
Yeah, so
Well, it's something Danny would know, but Simi wouldn't. That the birthday party has
it's not
gotten
just,
larger.
Yeah, not just the three of you.
oh yeah.
No one has mentioned it to City yet.
So,
Yeah,
oh
Simi's.
yeah, so none of you guys actually
Nope.
mentioned anything while we were talking about that, about being
We
there.
did
Yeah, we have.
think about it.
They mentioned the party, but
we
just
didn't
kind
say
of-
we were going to be
Yeah,
there.
we didn't say we were going to the party.
I did.
You said we would be at the party?
Well, I said we, and then we've got to go to the party.
Oh.
I don't know that Simi actually.
Yeah, I don't
caught
think
that.
she did.
Apparently,
Danny didn't catch it.
Danny
so
didn't
let's-
catch it, so Simi didn't catch it.
Catch it.
And then I'm going to look at Draxus and say, by the way, thank you for preparing that for us.
Of course.
I appreciate it.
Aye.
You know that box you have?
Aye.
Now would be a really good time to go get it from wherever you're hiding it. Like,
You sure about
like
that?
today or tomorrow or like, because here shortly we're going to want to take that out to the place.
Ah.
I think I found where they go.
All right. All right. Yes.
So like within like probably the next, well, if we're going to go, within like the next week or so, just, I don't know where you put it or how well hidden it is. So like, now you know.
All right.
Also, you should maybe learn about how to deceive.
Why better?
Yeah, we'll work on it. We'll work on it
Yes.
later.
Smile more.
Okay.
It was real obvious.
It's only James.
Poor James.
We'll work on it. We'll work on
Doesn't
it.
even get like a perfect man.
I'll speaking of James, I should probably go talk to him.
Yeah, you should probably thank him.
Yeah,
He pulled the card.
I mean, of course he did. He's massive. He'd be great at his job if he could. Anyway,
Poor James.
so I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go talk to Alma's dad, and then I'll meet you guys over by the watering hole.
Hi.
Okay.
Alma's dad's like, oh wait, now you want me to send them back?
I'll also talk to the order mother and let her know that
You'll be accompanying.
we've acquisitioned
Okay.
different forms of transportation farther up in case the donkeys are needed here.
All right.
Does she ask about last night?
No. But there is this huge, like, cat ate the canary grin on her face.
Wow.
Oh weird. Oh weird. Oh weird. Okay.
The two of you have a nice trip.
Enjoy yourselves.
When you come out of the back room, James is there. It's pretty clear he's been trying to listen, but he doesn't want to like completely stop hammering on the anvil. The bar stock he's got has gone completely cold, and he's just hammering on cold iron.
He's such an idiot. Oh.
You know, James,
I'm gonna look at you pointedly.
I would like to thank you. I hear that you helped me get home last night.
It wasn't anything.
Well, I greatly appreciate it. Also, those are supposed to be hot when you're banging on them.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
How about, as exchange for you helping me out when I was in trouble, here in a couple days when I'm back in town, I will give you some more lessons, and we will try and get this working better.
Hammer that in, as it were.
Oh, yeah, that'd be awesome. Thanks.
Great. Awesome. I will see you then.
Right. Yeah. Thanks.
Yep.
And he pulls another piece of iron. he reaches to another piece of hot iron. Does not have gloves on.
No!
It's okay. I know. I know where the cold
Go.
cream is.
Yep. Go soak it. Yep. There you go.
Is he in the wrong profession? Would you guys? Is this like a punishment for him, or is this a punishment for Jackson?
We're going.
But anyway.
We're going.
Yep.
Do at least be nice to him for a little bit.
Mizuki,
Yep.
anything you wanting to do?
Well, we're gonna go back to my room
Okay.
to gather some supplies. So,
Be so good.
Okay.
I'll
Why not?
probably because it's probably all I have is some kimonos. So that's
All right.
Okay.
Excellent.
I'm
No one
going
will
to give
recognize
one
You're heading to the watering
one
hole.
that
Um,
is not
We will take care of
for
your
my- for like an
conversations
everyday
off camera,
one
and
that-
we'll talk about those
yeah,
later.
yeah.
So Alma and Simi, you guys make a big show of grabbing Lucia, binding Lucia again, and making her ready to travel, taking her out of the cell, and setting off down the road with her. The watering hole is not all that far from town.
We're gonna have to go further and double back.
Yeah. So you guys do go about a mile or so beyond, and then circle around into the woods.
Maybe a little further than that.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that we're not being followed by anybody in the garrison.
Okay. Do make me a perception check, both of you.
Bardic Inspiration.
Thank you. Oh, that was really good. Perception.
Uh huh.
So that's +5, so that's 24 plus 4, 28.
Nice.
There we go. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22.
22. Okay. All three of you, actually, because Lucia is also sort of looking around. All three of you, after a couple of miles, realize that you have the road to yourselves. So you circle back deep enough into the woods that you're far enough from the road that you can hide if somebody comes along. It's a quiet day. Nobody actually does. And so you reach the watering hole shortly to meet up with everyone else who's there.
As we're walking, so I realized something, that you introduced yourself as Simi. Do you still want to go by that?
Wait, she introduced herself as what?
Oh no! The only person who.
She introduced herself as Simi.
Now, what kind of person is grandmother?
Are you sure you still want to go by that?
Who told you that was your name, child?
The cloister at the capital have been calling me Simi Elishi my whole life.
Bastards.
Yeah, that wasn't your mom, right?
I would hope not.
No, my mother calls me May. I've never been called that before, so it hasn't really taken.
Would you prefer that?
Maybe I should?
You've been studying with my grandson, yes?
Yes, my Elven is still a little spotty, but
I would
Kick his
One very specific
I would imagine so, because that's an Elven term, and it means literally blah, nobody.
huh.
I don't remember what the exact
Interpretation.
was, but she would say that it is essentially nobody. It is the foulest slur one can bestow.
So I just...
I would not have worn it as a. I wouldn't have worn it as a badge of honor or a badge of pride, certainly. But if that is what you knew yourself as, perhaps you can make it such.
Call you May, or doesn't Killian call you Lucia?
Yep.
That's just...
It was, I guess, the name on my paperwork that the monastery gave me, but
Oh.
apparently never called me. Until I got here, the monastic order here calls me Lucia.
Interesting.
I'm gonna have to kick my grandson. Back in
Interesting. That is most disturbing. Not, unfortunately, unexpected, I suppose, that there would be anti-elf sentiment in the capital, but
I
disturbing,
think there was
nonetheless.
a lot more just anti-me sentiment. The elf thing just didn't help.
I wonder where they would have gotten the term, though.
So do you still want to... I mean, that's what I've always called you, but that's how you introduced yourself. So do you want to go by something different?
You still need a kin name.
Yeah, but I'm not supposed to let other people know what that is, am I?
Mental note.
I will remind you, you would have been told that you're supposed to use that with, like, close family members and other elves.
Yeah, but.
No, yeah, just so you knew, it wasn't supposed to be, like, secret from everybody.
Oh yeah.
I will take the form of an elf from town. Don't worry, it's not a problem.
In honesty, I don't know what else it would be called. I mean, there's May, but I've never really owned that name either. Simi is what I've been called my whole life. And don't know, maybe it makes it easier to disappear.
Changing your name?
Keeping the one that I have.
Miriam.
Oh, that's pretty. That was very pretty. Not see.
How do you?
Meriele.
IELE.
Mm-hmm.
That's very pretty, thank you.
You have earned that many times over.
I don't know, apparently I don't speak the language enough to realize I've been called a slur this whole time, so
We can work on
What
that.
does that translate to? I wonder.
what does that translate to?
I actually don't know. But
hasn't decided yet.
Keith hasn't decided yet. That we will discuss later, my dear.
Fair enough.
Is it bad that I heard you? I can forget.
Okay.
You two are as siblings, yes?
Actually, kind of.
Weird.
It's fine.
I mean,
Well, not for that reason.
He's the annoying little brother you never wanted.
He's the first thing that I ever had that ever felt familial.
aw.
Then it is right that you share it with her. And the three of you continue on down the road. You do arrive at the watering hole and meet up with everyone else.
Lovely tea.
Mizuki has made
Mizuki.
some tea.
So Killian is like sitting here like, right, so this is tea.
Of course.
Stuff's dang expensive in the capital, though.
This
wine smells lovely, my dear.
It tastes lovely as well.
I haven't had a good jasmine tea in too long, may I?
Of course.
I'm tackling my grandmother with a hug.
Aw.
There, my
Yeah,
dear.
I
You
got
didn't
my
think I
side.
was going to be,
Oh, he did.
oh?
He panicked, freaked out.
And she pats you on
I
the head.
mean, you came back on the back of one of their horses, and I guess she's not, but I assumed Kendai was dead because she wasn't raising hell to get you back.
Yeah, or she would have been if she could have gotten loose, and she hasn't gotten loose yet.
I'm gonna tell my pseudo dragon to just,
Keep
like,
watch.
Keep watch.
Okay. Make me a perception check for your pseudo dragon.
At advantage, because
Actually, I'll
it can
probably
do
go around and
that.
scout around as well.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, advantage.
So yeah. So she would have if she hadn't been captured.
Yeah, so what exactly happened? I was a little sparse on details.
We
21.
Thank you. So we were out looking for the fire dragons, or the fire beetles,
Right.
and looking for those lizard things. And
Did we decide we're calling them dragons? Is that what we decided on?
I thought you said it was made up word.
I mean, it is a
Not
made-up
a
word.
made-up word.
But she did make a good point that all
Ask
words are
people
made.
what they are.
I mean, I feel like the fact that it's in their
we'll get back to
family's
that.
business name probably means that it's no more
Came
made
from
up than
somewhere.
anybody else.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think we decided we're calling those dragons.
Seems too grand for what they are, actually.
That's a better one.
Dirt
Drags?
Hmm?
Drags?
Sounds a little more accurate.
Closer. Still not quite it, but we'll
Anyway,
get there.
we'll work
get
on
there. Yeah, we'll work on that.
Sorry, so
But
you...
we were working on the assumption that the fire beetles were being controlled by the Hoozits, and we were hunting down the Hoozits, and well, we got in a little over our heads.
But if I remember correctly, didn't the fire beetles come before the meteor lizards?
Yes, we
How
have.
do you know about that?
You guys told me.
Okay.
I assume you guys would have brought me up to speed.
Okay,
at
so
least
that we
for
can-
that.
And
yeah.
yeah, talk to Adriel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
he
yes.
That's a good point.
So
We haven't worked that out yet, but
Side note to that. Do you know anything about a dwarf who maybe was controlling them instead?
no.
So I kind of forgot about this till just now.
Yep.
But
a while back.
it was a dwarf that we saw, right? Or like the size of a dwarf.
About the size of a dwarf.
We saw something like dark, cloaked, like about the size of a dwarf, watching over the camp that night when we went to the other side of the fires and pulled people out.
Or that day.
And it definitely looked like he was, or it was maybe controlling the fire beetles.
That would have been good to know.
Yeah, I kind of forgot.
Yeah, like a
Good
year
to
ago.
know.
Just
Good
now,
job.
actually.
Does that mean that the guy that summoned the fire beetles is the same guy that summoned the meteorites? Are we talking that this is one individual who's doing all of this?
I mean, I feel like it's kind of
No.
like
Actually.
controlling fire beetles. That's one thing. Summoning giant rocks filled with evil lizards out of the sky. I feel like it's at a different level. I feel like it's a different part of like it. I don't know if I'd assume it's the same thing.
They could call them evil
He's
lizards.
giving me an answer. Yeah.
I mean, they are evil lizards.
They look related to your family's Mark?
Here.
Related? Maybe we should also be asking some questions of Mizu's family.
It's definitely their fault.
Well, they did show up when
Or having you ask,
she
right?
showed up.
I'm not
Are
there.
you saying that I've brought
I'm scouting.
them here?
I'm making sure.
No.
What's Mizuki's
No.
family's
No.
last name?
I
It's
don't.
what it-
Aito. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're thinking the Aito family summoned.
Oh,
no.
no.
I don't know.
But they might understand maybe
Have
a little bit
clues?
about where they might
Anyway,
come
so Kenro got grabbed by the evil
No,
lizard
no,
things?
No.
Yes.
So, my friend here says that they're called kobolds.
Your friend?
That are
What?
similar,
Ingerd.
but
The
not
pseudo dragon.
Wait, your dragon talks?
Pictures.
How
But
on
not
earth did you
actual
get
creatures.
what did you just say?
that I've
Which
ever
part?
seen.
The name
And
of the thing.
spell last
Kobolds.
How on earth did you get that out of a picture?
He wrote it down.
You can write.
Oh yeah.
Why? How does he know?
Well, assuming the description of what they are, I mean, this is a tiny winged version of one of those things, right?
I mean, yeah, sort of.
Kobold
Kind of.
is as good as words, other words.
Sure. So is it here now?
No, it's gone.
Oh, okay.
What's that noise?
Up on the road, the sound of a troop of horses.
Hiding now.
Everybody make a perception check.
Did I not catch them while I was out scouting?
Yeah, you would have
Okay.
Unnatural 20.
a natural 20.
So I would have tried to warn everybody.
21.
21.
19.
Like perception.
Mm-hmm.
9.
9. Okay, so not.
16.
Okay.
23.
23. Okay. So everybody but Cabbage. As the sound of the horses coming up the road starts to become audible, Alma comes back down to you guys and lets you know that there is a column of riders coming up the road. It's one of the more unusual columns of riders that you've ever seen.
We will put a cloak over
Okay.
Lucia.
Lucia, okay. It's not a band of traders. It's not garrison troops. It's not the town militia. It looks to be a column of noble retainers.
No. Oh no. Hold on.
And
Is okay. Continue.
Okay, yeah.
And that's where we're gonna leave it off.
And as you peer through the trees, Mizuki, you recognize the banner and the colors that they are flying. It is your house colors. But the nobleman that is riding in their midst is unfamiliar to you. He's sort of an older, sort of middle-aged man. He's got wings of gray in his hair, quite stocky, and he sits astride the saddle of his stallion with an air of authority and regalness to him. Lars.
Oh no.
And that's where we're going to leave it for the night.
Man, we just cannot catch a break.
No, that's not good. Although,
So,
that's
who-
probably the better one to get.
Who is the mysterious Lars? What is he doing in Sutterton? You will have to tune in next week at the same time to find out. 6 o'clock Mountain Time. Do be sure you check in. We will be here. We hope to see you guys here as well. Hope you guys had a good time tonight. A couple quick reminders. We do have our YouTube channel. Go check it out. I will make sure that all of the videos are posted, get you guys up to date, so you can go check those out. You can also check us out on the Discord server. It's a good place to keep in touch with news and things that are going on with us here on this channel, as well as Danny and Kyrie's creative streams. So do check us out there as well. And I think Steven had something he wanted to say.
Oh, it was just maybe before Alma went scouting, he asked for these from everybody.
Okay, okay. So we will read that as read, and we will get back to that possibly next time as well. No. So
Nothing happened. Continue.
So we will check in with you guys next week. Do be sure that you are here with us. Until then, grab your bats and grab your balls. And remember, if all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a glass house. Good night, everybody.
Yay.